I'll show you the sweetest delight in the garden. As a surprise for Adam.
Really?
Come.
All right.
Here.
But this is the one tree in the garden we cannot touch. This is the forbidden fruit.
Did God really say you must not eat from any tree in the garden? Surely not.
We may eat the fruit of any tree in the garden, except for the tree in the middle of the garden. God has forbidden us to either touch or eat the fruit of that tree, for if we do, we shall die.
You believe that nonsense? Of course you will not die. God knows that as soon as you eat it, your eyes will be opened, and you and Adam will be like gods yourselves.
All of us one day will reach the level of the avatars that we have read about in history, the Buddhas and Jesus.
Infinite One's God.
You ancient serpent, you cast your spell upon this planet with your graven images and your wishes to be worshipped. Witches and warlocks flock like Harry Potter fans, waiting for your new age plan to spread across the land. You got the masses dumped down where you want them, convinced that you don't exist, and now you got them atheists. Some even think they're evolving to a godlike level above and beyond human. These Luciferian lies feed on ego and pride. They come disguised as an angel of light, like the original sin and the first deception. The tree in the garden, don't you see the connection? It's the same old lie that he used back then at the beginning of time, at the fall of man. Have we forgotten the truth within the book of Genesis? Ignorant of the nature of sin, so we dismiss written words of God as an irrelevant myth, but then embrace all these new age thoughts of nonsense.
It's not good or bad. There's no God waiting to punish you because you did one or the other.
There is no God in doing everyone's God. Welcome to the kingdom of heaven, without judgment, without hate, without testing, without anything.
I call my practices and pagan worshiping as act exists. See through the smoke and the mirrors and the mist. From Atlantis to the myriad fanatical myths, to the UFO connection with the German SS. Secret society elitists from the east and the west. Illuminati and Masonics, man, it all connects. Satanic worship to the depths we don't want to admit. It's a globalized illusion that we gotta correct. Check the symbols and signs like the all-seeing eye. Read the Bible facts to understand the great design. See the writing on the wall, we're living in end times. And even the elective now bought into the lie. Real Satanists are dressed up in their suits and ties, eating the fruit like these fools who think they are divine. They aren't evolved, they're just blinded by ego and pride, living a lie that disguised like Jekyll and Hyde. Can you deny that these times were all prophesied? Read Matthew 24:24, you decide.
There's no such thing as good.
How about you? You're building on a solid foundation, solid ground. You understand the belief foundation that you live for. I'm blowing in the wind like a leaf in the dust storm. Do you build on the sands of the seashore? A life that will crumble when the end comes knocking at your door. Break what you built in 1 second. Tearing down brick barricades with the wick upon of justice. Crush what you trust in life. At your box in a cabin of sin with no land to got your direction. Fatal deception, a life full of guessing. Believe in nothing. They made assumptions, breasts of abundance. Human destruction like the split of an atom. Reckless abandon that you cannot fathom. Imagine the heat from the breath of a dragon. Examine his teeth, so they sharpen and jab it. You ask for forgiveness now if you can have it. Don't hesitate, don't deny. It'll be too late if you wait to decide. It can all end in the blink of an eye. Do you really know where you'll go when you die? Don't hesitate, don't deny. It'll be too late if you wait to decide. It can all end in the blink of an eye. Do you really know where you'll go when you die? Destruction is just commandments were spoken. The lid from the Pandora's box has been opened. The seal has been broken. The rope has been cut. The race is now ended. The timer is up. The scroll is unfolded. There is no more doubt. The sound of the galloping horseman is loud. It clear to the ears that have eyes that are seen, revealing exactly what prophets were dreaming and writing about on their scrolls of papyrus. The words from the author of life that provides us forgiveness and mercy that we don't deserve. The price that he paid is a grace beyond words. Erase what occurred, washed and made pure. The shepherd has risen to gather his herd, assured of salvation, destined for heaven. Forever we'll worship and serve in his presence. Don't hesitate, don't deny. It'll be too late if you wait to decide. It can all end in the blink of an eye. Do you really know where you'll go when you die? Don't hesitate, don't deny. It'll be too late if you wait to decide. It can all end in the blink of an eye. Do you really know where you'll go when you die?
All right. What is going on, everyone? Steve J and Mo. It is the 9th of March in the year 2021. It's 3:12 p.m. here in the East Coast of the United States. I got Jen, the True Seeker 69, with me. What's up, Jen? What's up, chat?
What is up? I miss doing streams with you, Steve.
Well, yeah. I mean, they kicked me off for 2 weeks, and well, we're back, and we're gonna give them hell, baby. That's what we're gonna do.
That's right.
I guess you can't talk about the old 9-1-1 stuff anymore, but we all saw that coming.
We can't talk about anything anymore because it's all corporatized, and corporations, corpses, dead entities can make up their own rules that don't even jive with the Constitution at all. So that's
look
the
at
problem. Where you
Joe Biden. You know, he's a dead corpse, and he's just making up rules. So
yeah,
there's that. Oh
Absolutely.
man, absolutely
Hey, Jeremy.
ridiculous.
I see Jeremy's in the chat. Jeremy went up with me to a place we were exploring yesterday, and he helped me get up this huge hill to the very top of it. And we got a lot of really good footage yesterday.
That's what's up. Cool. Where'd you guys go?
Actually, within a mile of my house here, it's not very far at all. It's kind of like a really big hill / mountain with a tower on top, like one of those low frequency towers at the very top. And we went up that thing, and there was all kinds of rock outcroppings. We could see melt lines. We could see mortar lines. We could see the heat striation lines that people call pickaxe marks. All kinds of good stuff up there. Yeah.
Pickaxe marks. You gotta love what they say.
Yeah. What's up, Black Sheep Researcher?
Well, Paul's in the house. I didn't even see him in there. Uh-oh. Good looks, Paul. Paul's always sharing my stuff on his little page there, so I appreciate that. And I mean, for the most part, a lot of our work overlaps each other. He's able to speak English a little better than me and break it all down in a digestible form. I just look at it, say, hey, that's effed up, you know? So Paul's like the more in-depth version of what we do, I feel. He's very, very particular and does his job very, very well. Yeah, you know, I mean, like, this is a job, you know, truth seeking, sharing the truth, just unveiling your own truth is a job in itself, you know?
And then articulating it in such a manner that people can understand what you want to say. There's so many times when I feel like I got it all in my head just the way I want to say it and express it so people really get what I'm saying. And then I'll get on camera and I'll just start stumbling over my words, and it feels like it's not coming out right, but somehow it manages to in the end. I, re-listen to some stuff or read people's comments, and people are getting it. They're really seeing it. And it is a lot of work. The research that we do, a lot of time is spent digging this stuff up and putting the puzzle pieces together, but it's not work per se. It's really fun and joyous to me. It's work in the sense of putting in the hours, but
Yes, especially the boots on the ground type of stuff. Like you said, you were out exploring yesterday. I try to get out when I can. It's just been, cold as hell over here. So not really trying to walk around in 6-degree weather taking pictures. But I mean, we've done it before. So it is what it is. But once the weather starts to take a turn, I'm definitely gonna be out there more. I'm gonna go back to those archways in the woods that are, that blows my life away. Why is that there in the middle of the woods?
Exactly.
Absolutely ridiculous. It looks like something you find in England or something like that, just absolutely crazy. Absolutely crazy, I'm
starting to find more and more of these, what we consider a large hilltops being something else other, like Herodium in Israel. That looks identical to the thing that I climbed yesterday with Jeremy. And also I just found one in Tennessee, Scotland, that has a castle on top, a round circular castle on top of what looks like the hill that I climbed up yesterday, and also Herodium, where it slopes up and then kind of has a flat top on top.
Right. I know exactly what you're saying there, and
it seems to be a lot of those around, and we need to look at these things. Like when I go up to Mount Chiha, which is actually a mountain, and there's a spot on there called Bald Rock where you can walk out on all these rock outcroppings, and you're really high up, you're about 2,000 feet up, and you can look out over everything. But now when I go up there, I have to look at it with new eyes because I know that this is not what I thought it was. It's something else. And there's so much to be seen now with new eyes. It's amazing. It's like I'm in a whole new world.
Yeah, it's crazy, man. And like you said, it's like a whole new world, because I'll walk around, drive around, and end up coming to a dead stop or pulling over. Like, like, how have I missed this my whole life?
Right.
And the biggest example for me is the cemetery that's down the street that's got the giant stone column building and the pillars and the castle and whatever,
Yeah.
Like, how we missed that our whole lives, And I remember like always driving by that when I was a kid, like, why the fuck is there a castle? But, look at the butterfly over there. I'm 6 years old. So, the attention span's not really there. No, good stuff. But, let's just get right into it. I got a lot of old world stuff I kind of want to present here today. I had a lot of it yesterday. I could have made the show 5, 6, 7 hours, but I just didn't want to present it all yesterday because I haven't been here for a little while. So I figured might as well give the viewers at least a little extra something. Give them 2 shows in 2 days. So here we are. And
Ceiling
let's get
Fan Man is in the chat. Ceiling Fan Man, Steve sent you an email. Check your email.
he literally just responded while the intro was going. Yeah. So he'll pop in when he can. Looks like
Sweet.
He can now, but I'm just saying.
Ooh, what is this? What do you got up there?
I cannot remember where this is.
Wow.
Turn this shit down. Yeah. The caption
cool.
is
all right, let's pause it right there for a second.
Assuming that says natural in a different language, but just look at this, Jen.
Yeah, you could see the brick lines and everything. It looks a lot like the volcano on the interior. Yeah. Look at that. Wow.
Very crazy.
And that's a really good picture.
It's a whole little video. I don't know. Actually, I haven't even viewed the whole thing yet, but let's bring it back a couple.
Look at that. I can't believe you can ride out there like that.
That's what I'm saying. Oh, good God. Look at it. It's just just like the edge of the world, pretty much. That's crazy.
Yeah, now that's good example of what we've been talking about, because people are like,
there's layers.
How could these buildings have been so big? Where is ground level? Well, look, you're on top of that thing and you think you're on ground level, and you're not, because when you get to the edge and look down, you see ground level's a lot lower. So, I think
of course, yeah. 'Cause over here in Massachusetts, where those arches are in the woods, like literally the whole entire woods is up here, where everything kind of starts at, you get the train tracks and whatnot. And then at one point you kind of walk over what you think is just, I don't know, a random bridge, and you look down and it's just a giant stone archway. It's like, there's a whole nother layer, a whole nother ecosystem down there. And it's a whole nother vibe, actually. It's crazy. It's absolutely crazy. So yeah, there's literally layers to this stuff, people. And I just turned this on again, and we'll keep this up for a second. But a prime example of that is actually Ray. Where is it? I thought it was a little bit closer up than that. Ray. Fuck, that's a good one too. Actually, right here. That's what we're talking about.
Oh yeah,
we live up here. You know, we don't even.
Good one. I've never seen that picture.
That's pretty cool, isn't it? And that's kind of like what we were just looking at a little bit. Everyone's thinking this is the level, and then you don't even know what's under the plateau.
Again, there is an example of a whole building being underground now, which was originally above ground, just like Cappadocia, Derinkuyu, all these underground cities that they claim have been carved out. They're not. They're just covered up. Mud flood, volcano, whatever, building flood, whatever you want to call it, they used to be above ground for sure.
Yeah. Well, I mean, either they sunk or the ground came up, or maybe a little bit of both. Who knows, man? You know, epic events definitely took over. I like the caption here. You got Washington, London, Vatican, all the same shitty story, and they're all built the same crappy way. You know, it's crazy. Obelisk, owls, whatever, figure eights and snakes. You know, you can't escape that in the Tartaria research, the villages and whatnot, whatever you want to call them. Was it down a little more? I think it was, yeah. And we'll just let the rest of this play out, actually, because it's just incredible. Like, that's where we. And you like how it's like a canyon, how it splits too, you know?
Oh, yeah.
And the same thing over here. Yeah, I'm not too sure where this is. There's no comments on it, so you can't really get a grip for it. But I would probably say somewhere in Europe, maybe like Turkey area, I'd assume. But then again, you know, we run in the same types of structures in South America, so who even knows?
Right. Wow, it's just so crazy looking.
It's incredible. Like, it just plateaus, and it's just, you know, it's funny. The ancient aliens people would be like, oh, that's just a landing strip. Get the fuck out of here, you know?
I used to think that about the Nazca lines, that those mountains were the tops of the mountains. It seemed like they're carved off and there's a runway up there. I used to think the same thing.
Yeah, well, I mean, we all did at one point, but I just went along with it. I never really like thought like too much credence into it, but just very crazy. There's a bunch of slides down there I want to go through in a little bit, but this is something that you shared actually here.
I remember this, Steve.
You were talking about the canyon. Yeah.
Yeah, this is when I thought things were giant trees.
I mean, for the most part, it's not like you're wrong or anything. I think there's a combo going on, you know?
Yeah,
I think there's definitely a combo.
The atmosphere was definitely different prior to the X Factor event, I feel. Anyway, it had to be.
Absolutely. And this is a prime example to me of how X-factored stone brick buildings, after years of wear and tear and the event happening, are indistinguishable from petrified wood.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so I mean, it's not our fault that we think it's both, because, you know, they're kind of indistinguishable. You know, very crazy things. Like, you know, something like this
here is that you have this video up. It's an old memory from Facebook, and this was actually on my original channel that got taken down. I made this video like 3 years ago.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I put it up March 2020. So it had to be from my backup or my original channel. And it's amazing that it's still even playing.
Right. Very, just a good trip down memory lane, you know?
Yep.
And then, I mean, we were talking about this on the phone earlier. The Grand Canyon, I'm still up for debate on what it actually was, because they needed it's not like you can just make bricks out of thin air, you know? So, I mean, obviously there's clear evidence of structure, windows, arches. I mean, there's even a quote unquote Egyptian temple for some reason, 7, 8, 10, 15,000 miles away from Egypt in the Grand Canyon. but it's guarded by the U.S. military now, so you really can't get up in there, along with most of the caves and caverns inside of it. So who really knows what's happening in there? I'm not too sure. So we're not really getting.
I think that they are mining the Grand Canyon and going in and getting stuff out of the Grand Canyon, and that's
Artifacts,
why they're
maybe. Yeah, I could see that.
There's stuff in there. There's definitely brick tunnels and all kinds of stuff. Now, whether they're mining it now and then making brick out of it now, like now post X Factor brick, I don't know. I do know that there's definitely tunnels in there with brick. So these had to have been buildings, but are they being mined after the X Factor event? Maybe.
Whoops. Yeah, maybe. You know, who even, I mean, we weren't there. We're all just trying to, you know, we're working on a puzzle right now, and there's only 6 pieces, you know, it's a 1,000-piece puzzle. So, you know, forgive us. Absolutely crazy.
So somebody said here, caves, root systems of giant trees. I don't think all caves and lava tubes, I don't think they're all root systems, because you can see when you really pay attention to what's going on in these caves, you can tell that they're parts of the melted building. So they can't be both.
Yeah, absolutely.
Look at that.
Yeah, I know you'd like that. That's Ireland, Cliffs of Moher.
That reminds me of some of the interiors of the India temples and stuff.
Yes. I could see that.
Yeah, like those pillars in that building. Look at that.
Did you see it right here? This is just bricks.
Wow,
no big deal.
dude. I don't know how somebody can't tell that's a building.
Absolute madness. I was
telling somebody the other day, I said it only took me like 2 shows of watching Jerry's stuff to figure this crap out. You're telling me none of these geologists have figured this out yet? I mean, even if they are indoctrinated and stuff, at some point you have to realize that this stuff looks melted.
Absolutely crazy.
Look at all those birds.
That's what I'm saying, you know? So clearly there's something going on. It's clinging them to it, so.
Wow.
Very, very cool stuff for sure. We went over that already, so we found a good example. Look at this. Look at that.
Look at that.
Come on. Give me a break. Give me a break.
Wow, that's good.
So like something down here, something happened down here, obviously, and it just stopped right here.
Yep. It came up from the bottom, and it was really, really bad, too. They got heat expansion holes and stuff. It cooked out the brick, for sure, on those archways and stuff, but the castle got less of it up top because it's still holding more of its color. But the archway and the bridge is already cooked out. Wow, look at
it looks like it stopped right there, just halted. Mm-hmm. Very crazy. I was going to say, because the top of it, you know, seems pretty it's hot, you know, you got a little mortar snot, but for the most part, the bricks are still in place. They look decently good to go. And the further down you go, just ruins, you know? I love the word ruins. It's like, what ruined them? Whatever. It's like, no. What happened? Well, you people don't even know what happened. Very crazy. Very crazy. And the color scheme, like from here and there, indistinguishable. So if anyone's a fool saying that these were not part of the same structure at one point.
Yep.
It had to have been. You're not just going to go up to the top of a peak and start building on the side of a cliff, you know? And
then go above your archway and build in the middle of that janky stuff in your building there. I mean, right there where your cursor is. Look at that.
Right. Was everyone hammered for 2 months and they just, whatever. Give me a break. Half of this is missing, you know? There's someone's window. The roof got blown off of this place. Are you kidding me? Yep. Ridiculous. Are there more slides here? We went over most of you know, castles. All these castles in Germany and Poland are just incredible, man.
Yeah, dude.
Well ahead of their time. I'm not sure they could do something like this today to the perfection that it's at, you know?
Yep. I was looking at one of John Levy's things. He was in some old abandoned mining town where they have all these like wooden houses and stuff that are falling apart and everything, which is what you would expect, not this stuff. You know?
Right. Absolutely crazy.
Wow. And like I said before, guys, they're telling you that they built this stuff to worship, but yet, they're not going to build homes like this or nothing.
Right. We're going to spend all of our resources on one thing. See, I'm skeptical on what this could have been,
Oh, yeah, dude. That's melted down for sure. Look at that. Zoom in on it again.
And I mean, there's no,
yeah,
very crazy. And you know what? There's a beach near me, actually. Not really near me. It's like, an hour and a half south in Connecticut, Old Lyme Beach. On the left-hand side, there's quote-unquote lava rocks, and they're very smooth black rocks. And I mean, there's no fucking volcano in Connecticut, Massachusetts, people. So what the F is it,
Do you have a town near you called Chicopee or something?
Yeah. I'm always in Chicopee. Why?
Okay, well, I just listened to a dog man encounter the other day, and the girl lives in Springfield, but she was in Chicopee, and she saw a dog man, and I'm like, oh shit, Steve, better watch out.
Are you kidding me, dude? Come on, that's gonna scare the hell out of me. Me hanging around doing my thing, and then bang, dog man snatches me up. Oh,
he'll probably just pop out to see what you're doing, growl a little, and take off.
So here, this is Baalbek. I wonder who they're making this for. BA, exactly. Throw the Beck in there. You don't know who it is, but it's all good. It's in Lebanon. Come on, dude. This is crazy. Why isn't this going up or down?
But see how, isn't it weird how it's block and then it's big block, and then you go up a little further and then it's just block again?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's crazy. And they can't say that another civilization built on top of it, because those same blocks on top are down below holding up the big block.
See, I think so this is where I think maybe like the first like bang event happened where it just wiped everything out. I think that most of these big blocks, I mean, I don't know, man. There could have been some really effing big giants putting some big blocks together, and I feel like the more and more generations of Nephilim and Fallen there were, the smaller they got. That's what it says in the Bible, and a lot of experts seem to agree with that. So throughout time, I think the stones they were using maybe got smaller. Like maybe this is like a first generation Fallen structure, perhaps. Because I mean, even John's like this fucking stone's the size of a human. Look at that.
Yeah, but you can tell that they've had heat to them, though, just by
the
texture of them.
I mean, look at the holes. They're breathing.
Yeah. Now, say if the whole wall was brick, and we've seen walls, even in bridges and stuff, that are cooked out, and then the next layer's fine, and the other part's cooked out. I mean, this could be one of those things where the center part got cooked really bad, all into one big block, or big, huge separate blocks, but the row above it is not quite there yet. It's still in its smaller block form, melting together.
Yes. I mean, the entirety of Baalbek just blows me away, So, I mean, this is in Lebanon. Lebanon's really far from, Greece and Rome, and here you go. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? It's like, oh, so you get a nice temple of Zeus hanging out in Baalbek. That's nice.
Dude, you know what it takes for them to put up columns nowadays? Why would tiny people build this? I mean, literally, it's like, there's no way. They didn't have cranes and all this stuff, like, according to his story. How the fuck did they do this? With such precision that the thing is still standing till this day?
Yeah. Like, look at this, man. Incredible. Oh, that's a good quality picture. Look at that.
Wow.
Incredible stuff. And somehow, some way, the same exact pillar tops here that you see, the tops here, in Baalbek, Lebanon, who fuck knows when this was actually built. I got the same exact pillars in Springfield, Mass.
Is that a little dude standing there next to that pillar? It
is.
That's
what I'm saying. So he put that up, him and his grandparents and shit, Give me a break.
God.
Give me a break, dude. This entire landscape just got devastated. Like, you could even see these over here. These are busted. It's like a bomb went off, dude.
Oh, yeah.
Absolutely crazy, and I don't know.
Baroque for sure.
Oh, yeah, it's done. It's done. Absolutely done. How is this quality? I mean, this is what I'm talking about. I have these same pillars in Springfield, Mass. How's that possible? How's that possible? This is in Baalbek, you know? Fuck. Wow, look at that. The brick wall is just coming down, dude. That's crazy.
That is crazy.
This place got blasted. I mean, it's the name. For me, it's the name. I would blast it out too. Baalbek. Are you kidding me? Baal, Temple of Zeus. Wonder who Zeus was then, you know?
Right.
I just kind of put 2 and 2 together. It doesn't seem like it's that far of a stretch. You know, you got all these temples of Zeus that are just destroyed for some reason, you know, and they're in places like Baalbek and Athens and Rome. And I'm just like, so who is this guy? You know, why is he going around and everything he makes gets destroyed? Maybe he wasn't a good guy, you know?
I was thinking that pre-X Factor, right? I think pre-X Factor, everything was named something else. Like, say, like I was saying, like China wasn't China. United States wasn't the United States. You know, Europe wasn't Europe and all this stuff. Everything was something else because it was a whole nother world. And then, you know, the Tower of Babel story, they confounded the languages. Now we have how many languages around the world, right? In all these different countries. So, I mean, like, but prior to that, they say in the Bible that it was like a one world kind of government thing, one world religion, one language, right?
Yes. Yeah.
And so I think prior to the X Factor event, you know, these countries and stuff didn't exist. This is all new, just as new as, you know, anything else that's post X Factor event. The maps and everything.
Absolutely crazy. Like, I just, you know, from a safe distance, I would love to see what happened here. Look at this.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
No, this literally looks like, people are going to be like, you know, you read the historians, whatever. There was a great fire. No, there wasn't, man. No, there wasn't. You know, like a monkey didn't knock down a candle or whatever. I don't believe any of that crap.
But this
it seems like God sent a bomb down.
It looks like they bombed it, they destroyed it or something, or the X Factor event. Maybe it just didn't get taken out enough and they went in and destroyed it more. And they're just ancient ruins. Nothing to see here.
Right. But then, like, it just fucks me up what they did in Beirut. This was a steel building and it is dust.
Yep.
Dust, dude.
And absolutely that happened within an instant. A perfectly good building went from looking like a building to that.
I mean, imagine what this looked like back. And I feel like the same exact type of, I mean, we may have just seen like the first human attempt of an X Factor with Beirut. You know what I'm saying? Because I don't think we've ever possessed the power to do something like this before. And I mean, remember the picture we were just looking at where the stuff was submerged? Like, look what they did to this was the place where that blew up, actually. This didn't blow up. This blew up and now it's submerged.
Well, that brings me to an interesting thought that I was having about Meteor Crater. I think it's out there in Arizona.
Yes.
Meteor Crater.
Look it up real quick.
Because I need to start digging into that thing. Now that I'm looking at all this stuff, I'm like, what is Meteor Crater? What does that look like on the inside? Because volcanoes are not what they're telling us. And isn't it funny, guys, how I've been talking about volcanoes this past month, doing all kinds of live streams on it, and now suddenly all these volcanoes are popping off everywhere?
This is what I'm saying, bro. Like, there was probably the craziest structure here, and then just a thunderbolt down from heaven. Bam!
Space isn't real. Space is not real. A meteor did not do that, and we got to ask ourselves, what the hell did do that?
Right. If a meteor did it, you'd see like a trail. What do you think? It just boom, blew up? No. Give me a break. Something got sunk into the ground. Something got blasted. And look at I mean, obviously it's in what's it called there? It's in Arizona. But look at the surroundings of it. This shit got beat.
Oh, yeah.
Fuck. You could see this is what I'm saying, man. That's crazy.
Yeah, we'll really have to delve into this because if this was something that was hit during the X Factor event and destroyed and melted everything around it, clearly it's not a meteor that did it. There's just no way. It had to be an act of the creator or or some type of a war that took place. Because in the Vedic text, they talk about their Vimanas, their flying machines, and their Vajra things that was some kind of plasma weapon, and they were destroying cities and stuff.
Absolutely. Here, prime example, metal building, and then dustified.
Exactly. It looks like that eroded circuit board we were looking at the one day. And people asked me, well, how long did the X Factor event take? This took split seconds to happen. You went from that to that.
Literally. It's so crazy. And I mean, like I said before, like, I don't know what caused these X Factor events throughout history. Maybe it could have just been tech ahead of its time, perhaps intervention from the father, just like, hey, like, you're not supposed to be doing stuff like this for 3,000 years, so bam, shut it down. I could see something like that happening. Or maybe it was, I don't know, I mean, the Nephilim, they're fallen in nature. Maybe they went to war with each other and they just, I don't know, started doing Kamehameha bombs or some fucking shit. We don't know, dude. We don't know. But what I really think for sure is that I don't think that the human beings of the year whatever were capable of turning a civilization into whatever they present us as what happened to Beirut, like, find the difference for me, people, like, look at the layout, just blasted. And then, like I said, good to go. Probably, concrete, steel reinforced building, concrete, remember that, bricks, whatever. And now it's dust. That's crazy. What else is dust? Beirut, not Beirut, I'm sorry, Baalbek, Egypt, half of Athens, you know what I'm saying? Like Rome, all those buildings in Rome, looks like they got Beiruted. So what's it's leading me to right now is that like I said before, maybe what happened in Beirut was that was very small scale compared to what an X Factor probably does, maybe there was just a test, and I think this is maybe the humans, the evil, whatever you want to call them, the elites that run the show. Maybe it was just their first trial to see what would happen if they just unleashed a crazy free energy type device in a small concentrated area and just let it blow. I mean, pretty indistinguishable if you ask me, seconds after the explosion, thousands of years after some sort of X Factor event, and it took out the entire landmass. Let's not forget that. And what it's also kind of screaming in my head right now is like Elon Musk, what's he been throwing up in the atmosphere? Starlinks. No one really knows what those are. He says it's for better Wi-Fi around the world. Okay. That's a good cover story, so no one's really looking at you too hard. But I think it's probably, ever see that movie Geostorm where they just unleash? Yeah, bro. I think it's these solar simulators finally assimilating with the Starlink, and I think this was their baby. They wanted to try that out, and it just so happened that where is Beirut? I cannot remember right now.
Beirut, it's in Iraq, isn't it? Or Lebanon?
Yes, I think it is Lebanon. And I think like 40% of their rice supply was located in this warehouse. So clearly it was a strategic strike. There was no accident at all.
For sure.
It wasn't fireworks, whatever, I just love these fake stories they give us. But what I'm really trying to put at is, I think what we saw in Beirut is just a human being's maybe first attempt at a reset type event. Because I feel like there's no 10-foot tall Nimrod walking around like right now leading the nations, but.
Well, you know what it could have been, Steve. Now, like I said, we're speculating, and it's fun to speculate because it helps give us a different perspective and maybe pieces to our puzzle. I think that there may have been some type of a war prior to the X Factor event. And then the X Factor happens. But maybe the places that look like they've been destroyed by a war but not quite melted is what the remnants are of that. And the other spots are the melted buildings. I don't know.
I like it. That's pretty cool. And we just had Ceiling Fan Man join us. What's up, brother?
What's
Yeah.
up?
Hey, you know, I was just like, okay, I'm going to just sit back and listen. But you guys, you put on these pictures and stuff that just, I got to comment on. They're crazy, man. I don't know where you get some of these things. That one where you showed the building with the building and then the building and then the building all going down. I mean, of course, I stole that screenshot. But where do you find these things?
The subscribers, man. You know, the followers, people in the groups on Facebook and Twitter and whatnot. People just send me stuff too. So shout out to the subscribers.
And another thing that happens is synchronicities of the world. So through different conversations, and then also now, of course, you know, I've seen just other people discussing it. I'm now fascinated with the Great Wall of China because there's a bunch of bricks.
How could you not be?
I did something on the Great Wall of China in one of my live streams. I think it was the black and white pictures from the 1800s. And I was like, oh, look, it's brick. You know?
Right. Well, so every time that there's things you're trying, it's hard to find certain information. I know there's, as I say, tomfoolery going on. So what you look into is, okay, the Great Wall of China. So various accounts as to how long it took, but definitely they say most of it was the Ming Dynasty. And it's like 200 years, 300 years to build this. And if it's about protection, I'm sure you could have walked around at that point, you know, if you see where they're building it for a couple hundred years. But, you know, let's let that point alone for a second. It's how many, what was it? I just lost that page. Oh, 12,000 miles long. Okay. So here's a few questions I have about that. When you try to look up the height, they only tell you two things. They tell you the average measurement, which is 23 feet, I think it was, or 25 actually. And then they tell you the tallest measurement, which is 46 feet. Well, I know math. And when you take to get an average, which is what they're telling you, they're not telling you the shortest. So if you take 46 and then you do your math out, the other number is 5. So they're telling me that if it's an average, there's some areas of the wall that are 5 feet tall. So what was the point? What's the point? Yeah. So then I'm like, does that make any sense? Because the towers are like I said, they're 46 feet tall. And they actually only had, I think, 1,200 of those. So do the math on that. And there's a lot of wall you can't like monitor. Plus, who's living in those things? You know, how did they get food and water to all these people that live on the wall, like in the Game of Thrones? So you put all that aside, and then you say, well, one of the things they say is you can see it from space. So, of course, I went on and checked out, you know, NASA, the people that always tell you the truth about everything. And they say that's debunked, and you can't see it from space. In fact, you can see it from low Earth orbit. I think they said the space station, but it's really tiny. So then I asked myself, because if you guys know what the largest eye visible crater on the moon is, what is that one? It's called Tycho. Tycho,
yeah, it's Tycho.
Yeah, and Tycho crater is 53 miles long. So if I can see Tycho crater on the moon with my naked eye, how come they can't see the Great Wall of China from the moon, which is way bigger?
Exactly, dude. See, the devil's in the details. And this is what you people have to look for, because people just take the official story, glaze over, and move on.
So then if you pull up and take a look at this, here, I'll share my screen real quick. I'll just share the whole thing here. I'll do that. I think we can do that. Yeah. Okay. We good? You see this?
Hold on, let me put it up. Sorry, I'm just laughing at something or another. Where are you? Oh, you're way down here. Hold on, let me scroll down. Got all these windows open. You're up. You're good. You're live.
So check it out. Hey, you. Everyone's wanting to talk now. But check it out. So, like, you see pictures of people on the wall. I don't think they let anyone off the wall. So you have no source of reference. If you look at any photo of the Great Wall of China, you'll never see a person. Stop. You'll never see a person standing that I found over here to give you a reference of areas that might be super small. And then this thing wouldn't make any sense what they're telling us. I don't know what it's for, but if there's areas that are only 5 foot tall and it took 200 years to build this thing, that doesn't make any sense.
It doesn't make any sense. What does make sense is that this is the top of a building that's interconnected. And the building that you see, the mountain that you see laying on either side of that wall is the parts that melted down. And we're just seeing what's left on the very top.
So here you go. Look at this. This is what they say is the view from space. I guess maybe like this one. It's hard. If I click on these, I think it'll crash everything. Let's see. Oh, maybe not.
You're ruining my live stream.
I am?
No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
Oh, okay, how do I do this? Let's see. There we go. So there you go. That's what you supposedly can see from space. But from the moon, you can't see it at all. And yet Tycho crater is 30, whatever we just said. And you can see that with your naked eye from the Earth. So it must be something to do with the atmosphere. I think my new answer to everything now is because science and math and shut up, because that's pretty much what they tell us.
Scroll back in on that, though. Ceiling fan. Can you scroll back in on that picture?
Yeah. I killed the thing.
Are you telling us that they're lying to us?
I don't know, man. I don't know. Use your own discernment, I guess. Okay, where were we? We were over here. You want to look
your
in on
imagination?
Are we good? You want to?
You know what's awkward about that? You see like the lines on top of the mountains and through the valleys there, and it looks awkwardly like a river system with the veins. Yeah. But whatever, you keep going. Just had to point that out.
Well, I was going to say is that what we're looking at here, looking down at the melted buildings and the way that they melted out. And what you're seeing with the Great Wall of China is just part of the interconnected system that these buildings had. Like I said, these people most likely never actually touched ground level for probably most of their existence, because whatever level you were on, you could walk through to anywhere all these other parts or travel through to these other parts, have also trees, lawns, gardens, all kinds of things growing along the way. In different levels of these buildings and stuff that have all melted down. And I think the Great Wall of China is just one of those, and it's very small and compared to this whole area, was probably one that they couldn't explain. It was left over, and they're like, okay, we'll just say it was to keep the barbarians out or something.
Yeah, and now that you're saying that, let me scroll in here a bit. Come on. So look at this. Whatever this artery, walkway, whatever you want to call it, it goes here. And then it sure looks like it would have connected right to this thing along in here. Yep. Which, these all seem to connect.
Yeah, they're interconnected buildings. That's amazing.
Yeah. And then it goes off to somewhere in here and connects to all this stuff. I mean, that also looks like things you'd find either in a human body or on the back of a leaf. I mean, it's all interconnected.
Also, it looks like a lightning strike. The pattern of a lightning strike as well.
Of course.
Lightning strike, absolutely. Which would, go along with the whole melting. I think
maybe happened, yeah.
Yeah, like a plasma discharge, static discharge of some sort that hit the Earth grid, and then it fried. I mean, you overload the grid, it's going to fry.
Yeah,
absolutely. And like you said, most of these beings or whatever you want to call them, they were in the probably never touched ground level. They were just hanging out in these giant, massive palaces, which for me just makes more sense that those would be your fallen Nephilim type deals. The Watchers watching over us peasants in the valley.
Right.
It all fucking adds up to me, man. Most of it's no bueno. But you ready to share, Jen?
Oh, yeah, I'm ready to share. I don't know, can you guys see that?
You're live. You're good. You're up.
Live.
I love your background today with the aliens and the pyramids. Just love it.
Pretty cool, right?
So we've been talking about Herodium, which I'm trying to bring up here on my Google search. I don't know.
Not hopium.
Nope, not hopium, but Herodium. It's in Israel. And it is a mountain fortress, you might call it. The whole thing itself is the fortress, and it looks like a huge hill. And the pictures are coming up right now. So what I'm trying to say here, guys, is that I found other places that look just like Herodium. Or what they are telling us is this mountain or hill type fortress. That the whole thing itself was actually a building. As you can see here, it's kind of grainy.
But still incredible.
So there's that one. Yes, exactly. Now this looks very much like a volcano, but it's a little bit smaller scale than what Vesuvius is. But if we're considering that Vesuvius is a building and we find something like this, that from any other angle would just look like a regular hill or some extinct little mini cone volcano. And it turns out that it's all built up. It's all built within. Like you could go inside this thing all the way down and see in tunnels and stuff. So, so I found another one that looks eerily similar to this. So we're going to go over here to this picture. It's in Totnes Castle in Scotland, I believe. Yeah, Scotland. So this is a really quick video, but check it out. Can you see that? Let me try to make it big. Look at that, guys. That's just like Herodium.
That's crazy.
I know it's already ending.
We have barely any resources. Let's build this thing on top of a mountain. Sure, okay.
That's how half this stuff is. You know, it's like we're going to go to the highest spot, build half an arch, and we're going to put a church on top of it.
And to make sure it stays, we'll build half of it inside the mountain.
Right.
With our donkeys.
Right. We're going to build windows on the side of a mountain. Look at this thing.
This thing is covered in grass now. You can see that, the grass has grown over it and stuff like that. But originally, this was like a Tower of Babel, guys. This was just like what Vesuvius is like. You can even see layers here and stuff. And as you go into the rim of this thing, you can't really get in any further, but you can see how there's just it's a huge wall going all the way around. Look at how similar this looks to the crater of Vesuvius.
Mm-hmm.
That's crazy.
The caldera part and everything. It's pretty crazy. And to find out that I have one of these right down the road from me, and that's what made me want to explore it, because I was like, wow, this thing looks very similar to that. And
once again, I just asked, how is that possible? But I digress. How is that possible?
Exactly.
Steve.
Oh, that's not even a shelf, dude. You need a shed for this. This is crazy.
Yeah, you broke that shelf like
I know,
a year
right?
ago.
We need like a storage pod or something to put all these coincidences in. So let me look here.
Magnet.
Let me see if that picture will come clear. King
Hey,
Herod's
I'm just running
tomb.
downstairs for a
look,
quick second. All right, just keep sharing, keep going. I'll be right back in like 2 seconds.
So here, even though it's not a clear picture, you can already see the layering. We already know that this is a man-made structure. And then I show the same exact layering in Vesuvius. Now here's from a distance what Herodium looks like. And that's exactly what the hill looks like that I explored yesterday. It has a flat top. It comes sloping down on either side, and it is right around this type of a height. And I found all kinds of really interesting structures and stuff up there. And I know it's definitely a melted building. So how many of these things were there? They seem to be all over the place.
Right.
There's a top-down look. And just because you're seeing just right here, that don't get it twisted. This thing goes way underneath this floor right here. There's all kinds of tunnels and chambers and stuff that go all the way down. And
well, I mean, at this point, we can definitely figure that whatever they were an integral part of the electricity, machinery, whatever you want to call it. Whatever it is they were doing, they were an integral part. Whether they were, an exhaust, whatever, or a machine itself, who knows at this point? But they were involved because they're everywhere.
Yes, they are everywhere. It's just so insane. Let me see if I can get my channel to work here. Nothing's loading. I see this progression happening with StreamYard. I noticed that in the beginning, everything was running smooth. pretty much. And now it seems like it's getting to the point where screen share is not working that great. And they know that that's one of the main things that we need to show the stuff that we're trying to present to people. And it seems like it's getting harder and harder to screen share. It always gets
Yeah, and they
fucked up
just
somehow.
did an update on that. So maybe that.
Well, I think they downdated it, not updated it.
Right. Well, yeah, but they called it an update and forced it on us. But yeah, they could have. Who knows what they did to it?
See, look, Paige not responding. This should not even be happening right now. It's just I don't even understand why that happens. I'll get it up later.
Gotta love YouTube. Very crazy. Uh-oh.
If I get my thing back up that I want to show you, I'll let you know, but it doesn't look like it's going to happen right away. So,
well, you could always just send it on my end, and we can bring it up.
Okay, yeah, we can do that. While you're talking, doing your thing, I'll dig it up here if it cooperates, and I'll send it to you. I'll use my cell phone.
Okay, cool. And I'm about 80% sure this is the Pantheon in Rome. I mean, it says Roma, but I can't read any of that stuff over there.
I can look because I would have had a picture of it. Not back then, obviously. I'm not a vampire, but
yeah, that's the Pantheon. You're right.
like,
it is.
I'd assume so. But these little things aren't on them anymore.
They are not on there. They took them off and probably stuck in a graveyard. And if you zoom in on the obelisk in the front there, you could tell the obelisk has tech on top. And the obelisk was most likely covered in gold.
I just want to know why there's like Arabic writing on it, but that's all good, I guess, you know?
I bet the writing probably lit up too. It probably lit up like that one picture you have, Steven. Look, scroll down. It looks like it's on a star fort, like a mini star fort. See it?
It is. It is.
Good catch.
That's column technology, guys, right there in plain sight. Column technology. It looks like an obelisk. And obelisks are all over fucking graveyards.
And like, just look how like it's. I mean, know what's crazy about these old pillar buildings, A-frames? Normally, you got to go up like 20, 30 stairs to get to the front door. This one is clearly sunk down a couple feet. That's crazy. So clearly something was happening, you know. Maybe this is an example of the slide we were showing earlier with a whole lot more below it. I mean, you got an obelisk here. I wonder what's below that on the star fort. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Just very crazy. And these are just like very old original photos, you know, long ago. Black and white stuff. This is most likely concept art, but maybe this is what they thought it would look like back in the day, perhaps. These angels. You got the phoenix. I'm sure that's a good sign. Yeah. Just very crazy, man. Very crazy. And for me, the craziest part about the Pantheon is the fucking the roof, the dome with a hole in it.
Yeah.
You know?
That doesn't make sense. There had to have been tech up there too. They wouldn't just have an open hole there. I mean, if this is in Rome, right?
Yes.
Well, they did have a lot of open spaces like in their homes and stuff, but this isn't a home. This isn't one of their villas. This is clearly tech. And I think the tech's taken down off the top of this thing, and the dome was probably gold as well.
Absolutely.
You know how your columns have gold on the top of them, Steve, in Springfield, and they cover them up in the wintertime to protect it or something?
Yeah.
I think a lot of the gold's been taken down off a lot of these structures because they're broke. They don't need the gold on them anymore. So they took them down before they moved people back into these areas, I think.
I think you're right.
Yeah, because the gold never goes away, so they could always reuse it for whatever they were doing before.
Absolutely. Wow.
It just blows me away. It's like, what do you need something like this for? Unless it's an infrastructure to like you said, a free energy type grid system. This was maybe a fat cathode.
Okay, so when you look at the squares in the ceiling and how they conical in, they have an indentation. That's for cymatic frequencies and stuff. So this was definitely just along the lines of a cathedral, but on a smaller scale. It had to do with frequency and vibration in here and whatever part it played on the grid system.
I wonder who came out this little window at 4:30 or whatever. You know?
Spotlight's on you. It's your turn.
I'm saying, right. That's kind of crazy. They had a couple good pictures. This is it from the outside.
Mm-hmm.
That's
it
crazy.
looks like an eyeball.
Well, I'm saying, bro, like that's kind of crazy, dude. Like, Like, even with the stuff missing on top, or maybe it wasn't ever missing. Maybe it just shot a light up. Because I'm with Ceiling Fan, man. I feel like a lot of the stuff inside would like create some sort of massive light, and maybe this just shot up to the heavens, you know?
Yeah, because the stained glass windows would shoot, beautiful pictures to God.
Right. Well, imagine just going straight up, boom, just light right out from all the energy.
The what do you call that one in Vegas? They do that.
Imagine that. I wonder where they got that motivation from,
Mm-hmm.
The Luxor. That's beautiful. Look at all the bricks on top, it's
wow.
Can't miss it, and like I said, it's like it's like a whole like 2 stories underground, this place.
Wow.
What was going on here?
So that means those houses go underground too. They just put that street in there, yeah.
Absolutely. This is back to the first slide, but
cities that we know of, they'll have underground cities. Even Seattle has a whole underground tour, so this has been going on all over the world. The underground.
Oh, yeah. They used to have a good show back in the day, on the History Channel, an actual decent show on the History Channel. Imagine that. It was called Cities of the Underworld, and they would take it. Remember that shit? That shit was fucking crazy.
Yeah, I've got some screenshots from some of those shows.
I bet. But I got your video right here. Let's get it up. Bam.
Okay, so this is Mount Moa Loa or whatever. And okay, pause it there. Right there, pause. I just want to point out here, this is a top-down view of the island, the volcanic island, but as you can see in the water, this building goes way further underwater. So it's massive. It's not just what you're seeing on top at sea level. It goes way underground, under the water, excuse me.
Right. And I mean, if there was a massive flood, like it says in the Bible, I would imagine God making the water level just a little bit higher than it was before, in my opinion, for whatever that's worth. Mm-hmm. I would, if all these a-holes were effing it up.
So, okay, I know this is a long video and we don't have to go through the whole thing, but it's pictures of a day hike up to the top, to the summit. And along the way, you see all kinds of stacked brick. And there's actually a cave up there called Jagger's Cave. And it's not a cave. It's actually a structure. And again, it's just showing more proof that these were actually buildings. There's nobody up there, building structures up there. For what? So if you speed it up a little.
Yeah, I was about to say, I can just get the... Yeah, where's settings? There it is. We'll do that, and then you see it, we'll stop it, all right?
Yeah.
And can I get it a little clearer or no? Is this it? Oh, we can go HD. Beautiful. I'm going to leave it like this so
okay, yeah, that sounds good. That's pretty quick. I like to investigate these personal day hikes and stuff like that because you see things that you don't see on these Tell Lies to Your Vision shows and stuff. But this, again, is an example of how high these buildings were because this could have been twice the height that it is. The peak is at 12,000 feet, maybe right around 13,000 feet. And it was probably twice the size of that before it melted down.
Yeah.
So once she gets up here further and on, off the road and walking, you'll see a lot of structure and stuff. And Ceiling Fan, are you still there?
Yeah, I am. Some people came over, so the dogs were barking and stuff. So.
Oh, I'm sorry. This is a video that I sent you and your wife and told you to go to that 6-minute mark and tell me what you saw. This is that video.
That's funny.
Yeah.
You get me to see red bricks everywhere now.
Okay, so here we're starting to see structure. It's not a clear picture, but I can make out what looks like structure. Yeah, look at that. I like how you can zoom in on this, Steve. Yep. All over, you're going to see melted brick layers, and you're also going to see stacked bricks everywhere. Take it up to the 6-minute marks, and we'll just go to that part real quick, because that's kind of right where she's starting to see stuff anyway.
And you know what? I'll slow it down a little. Uh-oh. There we go.
So what they're saying the official version is for this. Oh, I didn't know there was commercials in it.
File your taxes.
What they're saying these things are wind breakers. So apparently it's really windy up there. So people stack up these supposed bricks and hide behind them to shear them from the wind, to shield them from the shearing winds and stuff up there. I'm calling bullshit on that because the ones that are melted that are stacked, they call them splatter cones. And they're not splatter cones. They're just more stacked brick, but it's melted. Oh, it's so crazy. All right, it's coming up here. There you go. Look at that. Guys, hello?
What are you talking about? That's a natural formation.
Come on.
That's erosion. What's the matter with you?
Erosion, yes.
Wow.
This is on the top of a fucking volcano, guys. More structure.
Look at this. Clear part of an arch. That's crazy.
Oh, it gets better, Steve. It gets so much better.
It's like a bunch of those, new age hippies went up there and they stack rocks like they do over by the streams and stuff. They just did it with red bricks.
Yeah, and here you can see that this is all devastated building right here.
That's just so nuts. Wow. Yeah, look at all this. Ruins. Wow. Zoom it out a little.
Yeah, that's a good one there. Yep, you can really see. Look at the stacked. Do you see the bricks, right? That is stacked up. Were they going to tell you somebody climbed in there and protected themselves from the wind and stacked up this little wall? Come on.
Rambo.
I wonder what's down in this cave. It's probably, wow. Should have been an archaeologist.
Yeah, because the ones I got now don't know anything.
So they're calling them wind shelters. And right there, you could see what I guess is another little wind shelter. No, this is part of the building. It's all there. You can see the wall. You can see all the other stuff laying around the wall and around the wall. It's just everywhere. You can tell.
To the floor.
Yeah. So, I mean, this further confirms Vesuvius being a building. Yeah, there's a lot more good stuff coming up.
Whoops, I just fucked it all out.
Yeah, you got to go back a little because you're going to miss Jagger Cave.
Yeah. Hey, move like Jagger, Steve. Come on.
I know, I got
to say it. Somebody else. Or maybe not.
Clearly structure everywhere on the way up to this peak. And when you get to the very peak itself, the caldera, there's more structure up there even.
Come on. What was the point of that? They have no explanation.
That's what I'm saying.
I'm gonna hide behind this because of the wind, but you couldn't hide down here from the wind.
Yeah, you gotta build those rickety
couldn't
rocks.
Go in the cave. Couldn't go in the cave. Had to build this. Yeah.
So crazy, dude.
Occam's razor. It's much easier to build a structure than to go into this already cave that's already there.
Right there. Stop. Now that is exactly what we just saw, a stack of bricks, but these ones are melted more, so they call this a splatter cone. It's a splatter cone. But then
anyone else want ice cream now?
When you get to the top of this fucking thing, there you see one that's half splattered and half still brick. So they have no comment on that one.
See, now you're back to my sentence because science and math and shut up.
Exactly. Right here, look. That was one too. You can still see it was a stack of bricks, but it's melted now. It got fucked. Right there, splatter cone. Right there, brick and splatter. Come on.
That's crazy.
Hold on here. It gets so crazy. Wait till you get to this Jagger Cave. I was like, do I really have to say anything here, guys? There's steps and everything in this thing. It's crazy.
Well, they got to put the triangles on everything, don't they?
That's Jennifer's Department of Melted Buildings.
Wow. Official.
Where's the compass and the eye? That's next.
More structure. More structure. More structure. Yep.
More in the distance. Wow. There's a lot of Jesus.
Now, these are splatter cones.
So what is a splatter cone exactly in the real quote world?
What they're saying a splatter cone is like something that bubbled up in that spot and then just kind of, when you bubble in, say your spaghetti sauce, it kind of bubbles out and splatters everywhere. That's what that is.
Oh.
So it popped up. Yeah. And that's what a splatter cone looks like after it's done splattering. But there's more up here. He's getting to Jagger's Cave in just a minute.
Emma doesn't have the moves.
It's so obvious to me that there's structure everywhere. And this place just got melted down really bad.
That thing right there, that picture, I keep seeing that. I sent you a picture too of the mountains of the moons, and some of the mountains have that hole in them, exactly that shape in the middle of the mountain.
That's interesting.
There's something about that.
Well, one's hanging out in there, man.
Yeah, right. The Sleestaks or the Trogdikes or whatever. Yeah. Let's see if I can find that.
Jagger's Cave's coming up here in just a sec. It's just a little bit further.
Hopefully soon, because they keep making the same bad joke.
Stop ruining my show. No, I'm kidding.
more fucking little structures everywhere. Look at that one. Look, did you see that?
I tried.
Oh, there you go. That's another windshield right there.
A windshield.
Give me a break.
More structure, more structure. Cooked out brick.
I was about to say, yeah.
All right, here we go. We're getting near Jagger's Cave now.
Wow.
So we're at 12,000 feet and we're still finding structure. This place got obliterated.
Demolished.
More structure.
Like I said, and you know what's weird? The U.S. military has a weapon called the Rod of God, and what does it do? Shoots out lightning. So maybe, you know what I'm saying? Like I said, maybe Beirut was a recreation of that.
And they do it in video games too. I think there's a weapon like that too.
Oh, every video game.
Yeah. Oh, and you know what? I just have to say, son, I find that humorous. So yeah, he said there could be a Mick Jaguar in the cave. So, that's my kind of humor. So
those good old dad jokes.
That's right, son. It was funny.
It's just past this. They're coming up to it.
You sound like every tour guide. Are we there yet? We're almost there.
We're almost there. Just a little bit further.
Hold on.
I remember there was this one place in
Go back a
Washington.
tiny bit. Okay, good, Steve. I'm sorry, ceiling fan. What were
Well,
you
I was
saying?
just trying to kill time while we were trying to still go to the top of the mountain. Are we there?
I don't know, but look at all like the coloring here. That's
beautiful.
great.
Uh-huh.
Look
No,
at it. It's like dripping down.
Oh, it is, yeah.
There's like a waterfall bridge at the border of like Washington, Oregon, and to go up it, it's like this horrendous hike. And halfway through it, you're dying, and everyone coming down, you ask, "Is it almost there?" And they say, "Yeah, it's almost there." Well, they're lying to you. It takes you even twice as long to get to the top. Then, of course, when you're there and you do all your stuff and you come back down, people are asking you, "Almost there?" And you tell them the same thing. It's like... So, anyways, are we there yet?
I hope we are. More structure, more melted structure.
Ooh, there's another of those holes. Did you see
everywhere you go? It's all over up here. I mean, I don't know what happened. It's just got
I pulled that picture. I'll show it to you when you're done with this, Steve. It's wild.
Look behind it. In the distance behind it, look at that little mound right there. Zoom in on that. Look at the brick. Yeah. Look at that. You could tell that was a structure right there. And there's a hole
like
right
pattern
there.
Almost.
Yeah. And even going off to the left, you could see it leading over to that other fucking thing right there. It's like a wall. Yeah.
Right, a whole ridge line. Natural. Beautiful.
It's just a little bit further now. She's coming up on it, I promise. This is the best part coming up, guys. You don't want to miss it.
The ladybug?
Yeah, the ladybug. Ladybug knows what's up. Oh, Jagger Cave, come on.
Uh-oh, it's
It's
420.
the part 2 video. It's not even this one.
Shut up. More structure.
Are we there yet?
Shut up and eat your chicken McNuggets. We're almost there.
And you did air quotes when you
Don't
said
make me
chicken,
buy
right?
you another Happy Meal.
What's that?
Don't make me buy you another Happy Meal.
Yeah, right. Ain't nothing happy in that meal.
Yes, for
God
sure.
knows what's in there because we know it's not chicken. It's some kind of Bill Gates plant-based. Isn't that an interesting thing they always say? Plant-based. What does that even mean? It's not a plant. It's based in plant. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You want to know how crazy our world is? We put real lemons in furniture polish and artificial lemons in the drinks that we drink. So there.
Yeah, there's that, right?
And people say, is there a say?
Tiger
Yeah,
Cave. All right, it's coming up, guys. It's what you've been waiting for. Yeah, look at that.
Incredible.
yeah, PR, he's got to go to the bathroom. So hopefully we're going to be there soon. Do they have restrooms at the top of this?
This is where it gets really good, guys. Jagger Cave.
Yes.
Again, more fucking structure. And
Look
there's
at that one right down there at the base. It's exactly a brick. Yeah, that one.
Yeah, dude. And there's steps. There's steps leading down into this thing because she goes down in it and takes a few pictures, and it's just like, wow, you would never see this like anywhere else. This is part of a structure. It's just been devastated. This is not a cave or anything. It's just
That's fucking
Wind protection.
crazy.
look at that right there. Pompeii Street right there.
That is the funniest thing I've ever heard. Wind protection. Let's just move a bunch of
And it's
gigantic
been, you can
stones.
tell that it's been melted, this thing.
What?
Yeah, there's steps, dude. Steps.
Look at that.
I proved it
I'm
again.
going-
Volcanoes are fucking buildings. They are lying to us.
That's right.
How much is a flight to Hawaii? You know? No, I'm just. That's crazy.
I know.
That's crazy. Wow.
And again, another stacked structure when she gets up the steps. It's right there. It's just like, is that this chimney or something sticking out? What is it? I don't know. It's
Yeah, and how do
clearly
they explain the steps?
That's what I'm saying.
They had to sit down to get protection from the wind, you know?
Oh, okay. Did they bring their donkeys? Do they have donkeys on Hawaii? How'd they move their rocks?
I don't know. They must have had to swim or something.
Well, they have in Hawaii that could do that. They only have chickens, but
So now we've proved
I
that
try to have my chickens
places,
pay bricks. They don't.
3 places that we definitely know were actually buildings. Mount Mauna Loa in Hawaii.
Easy for you to
You
say.
got Vesuvius and that fucking volcano in Iceland that all have structure and brick.
You got to check out Kilimanjaro now, Jen, because there's that weird pattern in the center, and I can't find anything about it. It's
I
like
know.
no one's taking videos or anything there,
There's something good in there. That's why.
right?
More melted structures everywhere. It's just insane. You could clearly see that it had some kind of structure to it.
This poor thing, she fried her hands. Oh well.
So this
Shut
right
up. I
here-
was just reading that too.
again. You're still going to
Look at
find
this.
all these crazy structures and stuff. There's probably a lot going on underground here. You know, they're going to say they're just lava tubes, but no, there's probably tunnels, all kinds of stuff.
That's crazy.
But even when you look in, and if you really examine Jagger's cave thing, you could see that the bricks that they have stacked up and stuff have been melted. You could so it clearly went through the X Factor event.
Without a doubt, man. Look at this. Wow. Look at all this.
Mm-hmm. Now this is the caldera they're saying up here. That in front of us there was a big brick wall like you would see in Vesuvius.
Wow.
What is that? A walkway?
No, I think this is up the face of a wall. These could have been like pillars, perhaps. That's a walkway. There you go.
More structure.
Look at that. I don't know what that is, but it shouldn't be there.
That's an ancient toilet.
Yep. Probably.
So yeah, that's pretty much it for that one. That was pretty cool. I wanted to show you that. So, you know, if you look hard enough and you look at the right videos, exploration videos, or, you know, personal videos of hikes going up these different places, you'll find a lot of stuff that you'll never find on any documentary or even pictures on the internet. When you go look at people's personal footage, that's where I like to go and look at stuff.
Absolutely. And what were those guys we used to follow before? Hell's Cave or whatever? Remember those dudes? They
Steve.
always be in that crazy shit.
All right, so you have to look up. You'll remember this one. Do you remember that one time we were watching that exploration video and they put the camera up to the ceiling, and through the ceiling they could see more brick? And they're like, why would they put all that brick up there? Remember?
I think I do, yeah.
Okay. So you'd have to look up Sub Exploration. That's the channel. But you want to look up Hidden Tunnel. I think it's Hidden Tunnel. Let me see if I have it. Sub-X, I think it is. Let me see. Sub-Exploration Hidden Tunnel. Okay, I think I got it. I'm going to send it to you, Steve.
I think I got it too right here. It's insanely dangerous. Blah. No?
I'll send it to you right now. Now, guys, this is a hidden, forgotten tunnel. They say it's an old bomb shelter. It is not a bomb shelter. They may have used it and repurposed it somewhere along the way post X Factor event. But the things that you're going to see inside this so-called tunnel is all melted building. And this is where we were seeing the white walls coming down, and part of the wall down the bottom would be brick. Remember that one, Steve?
Yeah. My favorite one was when they were at, ground level, and they threw down that stone and it went down like 200 feet. Remember that?
And they found that brick tunnel with all that mortar snot hanging out of it too. And they're like, why would they build this in here? And it's like, no, dude, you're walking through a fucking hallway in a building.
Right. And then you got the other one where they went down into that wherever they threw the brick down, and they ended up climbing up the that giant ladder, 300-foot ladder. That's crazy.
I remember that.
That's crazy. And they came out behind them. So that just shows that they're all interconnected. It's all one giant structure. It's not just mining setups here and there and whatever. But let's screen share action. I probably should actually do a little audio. Make my life a little bit easier. Bang. All right. That's not it.
Okay.
So
here we're heading into this tunnel, supposedly, but you're actually heading into a melted building. And
you still see this?
Yeah. Can you take your comment down, or do you want to leave that up? It's up to you. I don't know.
I didn't even see it there.
I don't want to tell you what to do on your own show.
Bang. Oh, there we go. Bang.
Boom, baby.
That's right. Boom, bitches. Let me just turn the quality
I'd like to stress here, these are not pickaxe marks. These are not pickaxe marks.
Wait, you're telling us they're lying to us about that, Jen? Come on.
Oh, yeah. They're lying about everything.
The quality this is pretty good.
Yeah, this floor, I don't know about the floor if it was put in later, but
it looks like they just did a little quick, steam job, probably in the last 200 years.
Yep.
Just so that they could, mine, quote unquote.
So we're going to go up to like the 8-minute mark. 8 minutes and 20 seconds. Here you're going to start seeing.
I like this. Yeah, I wanted to show everyone this right at the beginning. So you already know what we're getting into here.
Nothing to see there.
Yeah, we'll go to 7. We'll go to 7. We'll let it go because I like this part too.
Okay.
Because you get all this, all the ads. My favorite part.
Fucking beautiful ads, man.
Play some Call of Duty. Nice. Look at that thing. A little torpedo head or something. Look how tall the ceiling is, though.
Mm-hmm.
Wonder who was building this.
It's probably hot in there. They need some fans. See what
Yeah.
they did
So
there?
these guys don't even know they're inside a building. They just think they're in some World War II bomb shelter tunnel that's long forgotten or something.
Well, I mean, I'll give them the littlest amount of credit. This probably was used as a bomb shelter. It just wasn't built as a bomb shelter. It wasn't even built in the same century as the bombings. Give me a break. Look at that little brick wall behind it all. Jesus.
Now, why would somebody come in and randomly put a brick wall there, guys? They wouldn't. Okay, that's part of the structure that didn't melt. The rest.
Honestly, you can't. You couldn't. You know.
Mm-hmm.
What are you gonna do? Just build it up to the ceiling and this is my lucky wall. What?
My lucky wall.
But does it even add up? Bang.
Stop.
I love this part. Yep.
There were steps. Now, if you pan back just a tiny bit, you'll see that there were steps that were leading up there. You can tell that there were steps going up there.
I swear I played this video game.
What I'm saying, dude, it's crazy.
What was that?
Okay, so he's looking up this tunnel, which looks like that has steps going up it right there. And that
you could actually look at them. Yep.
Yeah.
Boom,
exactly.
Boom,
now that
boom.
might be a railing that was on, because the reason I'm saying that, you're going to see a railing in just a minute, an original railing from pre-X Factor event that's intact, coming up here very shortly.
They did this exact layout in Fallout.
Really?
Yeah, and they had mutant zombies down here. It's pretty scary.
Probably not too far from it in reality.
Like
I'm just saying, bro, you know?
Will Smith's down here looking for his dog.
Again, stop right there. Stop. Okay, so see the white on the ceiling, guys, and how it comes down to a brick wall? That's because it didn't melt the brick wall all the way down. The whole wall, like earlier on when we first went into this place, it was all white. Now you're seeing white ceilings because it's melted brick, and it's come down. It hasn't melted the rest of the wall down.
Very crazy. I mean, you can't miss it either.
No.
Can't miss it either.
And then when people walk around, they don't even question who put those in and how. They just look at it, you know? Mm-hmm. I was one of those people. We all were. The lie is so big, you just almost ignore it, you know?
Well, if we're not taught it, how would we see it, you know?
Yeah.
Absolutely. That's right. All right, here's where it gets good. It's getting good now. To get past this little part and go into the next part, you're going to see some stuff that's hidden that if they didn't stick their camera up there and look, they wouldn't even have known it. And
it's a whole fortress. Camera back in there, big guy. No?
Yeah, they go in. Okay, yeah, again, look, see the brick? See the brick that's built into the wall? It is the wall. It's not built into the wall. Even, on that side there on the upper right-hand corner and all. Yeah, exactly.
Just build a 1/8 inch of brick over here and put 2 over here. We'll throw 1 up there. It doesn't make sense.
Look at that. Yeah, that's crazy.
Structure-wise, you know?
All right. So right here, keep going. He's going to stick his camera up there. Look up. Now stop. All right, good. Right there. All right, he'll put it through a little bit better. But look, he's looking up through this thing and seeing stairs going up. And it leads up to another place. And look at all that brick up there. It's all on the ceiling and everything. And there is a railing there, I think, on the left-hand side or something, or right-hand side. Ceiling and everything. And there is a railing. Oh, I had an echo. Look at that, guys. Now watch. He sticks his camera in even further. And watch what you see. I'm going to tell you to stop in just a second, Steve.
I tell my doctor.
Look at all this brick up here on the ceiling, guys. This was a building. They're inside a building, not a fucking bomb shelter. Now watch this. Watch.
Bang.
Stop. Right there. The arch is going into what? Nothingness? Just a rock wall? No, it's part of it. It just hasn't melted all the way down yet. Look at that, guys. Look at
that. That's a great
that.
shot right there. Look at that.
Look at it. Who's going to build that like that? Nobody's going to build it like that, guys.
That's nuts.
They hid that with that tunnel that they stuck in there for the bomb shelter. They hid it from the people who would have sheltered themselves in there because they didn't want people to see that because they can't explain it. that's the money shot for me. That little section right there. That always stuck with me.
That is the money shot. Did I thumb this? Of course not.
So the other ones were Hell on Earth.
Yes. What did I say? Hell's Kitchen? Jesus.
I don't know. Hell on Earth stuff exploration.
There's your stealing fan, buddy. You got beat.
There, see?
You're stealing fan.
Thank God.
Oh
I'm
my
totally
God.
screenshotting that.
That's good stuff.
Good looks.
So, Steve, if I send you their main video page, and if you go to their playlist, they have one that's all like supposedly tunnels and caves and stuff. And maybe you can find
Who, these people or the different people?
Hell on Earth.
Oh, Hell on Earth. All right, I got it right here.
Okay. Because I know that I was going through their old videos trying to see some of the stuff that we had looked at about a year and a half ago, because it's good to relook at this stuff. One of them
that's all I do. I don't even watch new fucking videos or new content.
It was a slate mine that they were in, where they threw that rock all the way down.
Are we looking for the cave show? Is that the one?
Yeah, the cave show. It should be in with
show. All right, let me stop coughing.
Don't give me a computer virus.
Which one? Probably this one. Secret Vaults.
Yeah, the playlist says they have 7 videos for the cave show.
Which one are we?
I don't know which one it is. We'll have to look and see.
I've got 3 of them that I've watched, so it's one of these 3.
Okay, you see the one where the guy's standing with his shorts and he's looking up a straight wall?
That's the one, I think, right? Yeah.
Yeah, because that wall that he's looking at is a brick wall that has been cooked out. And they're like, why would they build this huge wall? It's a slate mine. Because it was a building that they're about to walk into. And that's the one, I think, with the mortar snot hanging down at one point.
All right. That's crazy. I know this is just the intro.
Again, structure everywhere.
Nothing like a red brick. Ain't nothing like a red brick. Now, I'll turn these guys up. They're kind of funny. You hear that?
Yeah.
This is what I'm saying, bro.
It's a wall.
That was probably the illest archway, actually. But yeah. Same idea, same concept. That's crazy. That's crazy. And the fact that vegetation and there's a whole ecosystem on it. It just reminds me of that picture we were looking at 2 or 3 weeks ago, Ceiling Fan, where you had the entire, rendition of the craziest looking old world building. May have been Solomon's Temple, actually. And what was on one of the levels with all the pillars and columns? There was a whole garden. There's an ecosystem. There's birds flying in and out. So to have these old structures just hidden in the woods does not surprise me at all. That just means no one maintained the garden and it overgrew everywhere, in my opinion. Or it's just easier for just, stuff to grow around it for the next, 1,000, 2,000, 3,500 years. I don't think we go back too much further than that, but who knows?
Yeah.
Who knows? Look at this shit, dude. That's crazy. Natural. Fuck. That's crazy. That's crazy. F you. There you go. That's crazy. Madness. Look at that, dude. In Wales, because that's what they're doing. The Welsh, that's what they're doing in the year 600, building whatever. It's crazy.
Welcome to the cave show.
I see this, dude, everywhere.
Yeah. Everywhere.
Over here in America, in the Northeast at least, they're called quote unquote historical property lines, and it's illegal illegal to even touch them. Can't move them, can't rearrange them, can't do anything. But this is all I see here in New England. And I'm just like, why is this, why are we doing things that they're doing in Ireland? I don't think these are property lines. I don't think George Washington and his people put these bricks in. I feel like it was just all part of the craziest structure. Once I get my brakes put in tomorrow, I gotta get pictures and video of the mountain near my job, because the whole entire way up, it just doesn't stop. I'm like, so whose property is this? You know what I'm saying? Crazy.
Welcome to the Cave Show.
Uh-oh. What did I just do? There we go.
Today we're taking Kurt out in Wales. Today we're going to a slate mine. It looks like it's up there. It's going to be a treacherous one.
Are we good? We're golden.
So I don't like it because someone was really rude to her that we worked there. We were sat outside and a gust of wind blew my...
The whole walk up to the mine, too, you could see structure everywhere. Everything's stacked, just like they were stacked up on that volcano we were just watching.
A broom, something. She went and asked for a broom, and the woman was very rude.
Oh, can I have a broom to get my weed out of the river? Funky side.
Oh, where are we?
It could be anywhere.
I've been asleep this entire journey. Do you reckon we should go in there, or do you reckon we should just try and get to the big fucking opening?
Oh, is the big opening the main objective?
Well, that's what I saw on the satellite.
Feeling very Blair Witch. Like the camera works. Like, dude, hold still.
This is literally me, though, when I go out on an adventure. I'll Google it, get there. I'm like, I don't know where I'm walking, but...
Yeah, and we'll be able to do it on the way back to Kurt.
I wonder if Kurt has a social media account.
Like, you can't even stay in...
Should we not? Loose rock. Did they drive shit up this?
They might have driven the diggers up.
Oh, I don't know if not as already said, but we're joined by Jason today.
Hello.
Jason McLaren art.
Like, just notice how, like, they're all just yeah,
anymore?
The bricks. Damn, I keep doing it.
They all ignore the quote rocks.
I'm just saying hello now instead.
What's your
No plug-in.
No plug-in?
No plug-in this week, mate. Just making a cameo.
Where do we go from here? I don't know.
Do we disappear?
Oh, look, there's a track that goes around. That again, Jason.
There's that little strip going up there.
No, the bit.
Do you reckon they're cutting up there?
Yeah, maybe.
They have no clue what they're getting themselves into.
I wonder who's lost their shoes.
Is it K577 by any chance?
That's wrong, though.
Is it wrong to be strong?
Oh, that's a wanking glove here and all.
It's full of Vaseline.
And they called it a mine. A mine.
It's not a mine. It's a building. Now look, here they're coming up on more structure in this huge wall, guys.
Why can't I get a good pause?
No, it's not.
Oh,
that's what the bear said.
A mine.
Like, first of all, this over here just, window, A-frame, mountain, whatever,
Oh, fuck, that is an entrance.
Oh, what just happened?
I feel so much better.
What is going on right now? Celebrate screen shares. And we just started from the beginning. That's beautiful.
Yeah, go back a little bit more. Right.
Is that Kurt's hair?
We're on the...
Yes.
Don't miss your chance.
Dude.
No way.
We're on the trail to find Kurt. We found his
Is
shoes.
this whole episode going to be about Kurt?
Yeah, he's down there somewhere.
Well, you found him then, haven't you?
No, we'll find him later in the episode.
There's a wall.
It's a wall. Yes. Even he's like, dude, why would they build that? And it's a massive wall when they get up to it. The picture, I mean, it's just crazy.
Well, didn't we figure out it's for windscreen?
Exactly.
It's awfully windy here. Let's build a wall.
I mean, at least in like Ireland or Wales, that's more of a, but semi-believable story.
On Skype. You go through them walls and it tells you a shout.
I don't.
There's a dragon guard in it.
Yeah. Yeah. Is it a wall? Holy fucking shit! It is a wall.
It's a wall.
This is like where rich people get their posh carpet from.
Wow.
It's a fucking building that they're going in. It's a huge building for real,
You can
guys.
see the melt lines too. It's fascinating.
Yeah. It looks like the rim of Vesuvius. If you take that wall right there in front of us and put that, just make it massive, that would be the wall of Vesuvius. Yeah, and the one off to the right of it too. Yeah, right there. That's Vesuvius all day long, right?
It's crazy. I mean, even these little brickies down here. Like,
yep.
Oh man, this just blows me away. Clear structure.
Yep. I don't know why they
That's a
can't
natural
see it.
formation.
No, it's not.
This is like a mystical.
I would love to go here.
Oh shit! Is that a big hole?
I can see the cars.
No, you can't. For a minute, then I was like, "What?"
Oh my god! Wait.
You felt the
No, I feel the drop.
Stay on this.
Look at this. This is
I'm
crazy.
holding on to this. Oh.
What the fuck? I don't like this. Right now, I'm shitting myself.
I don't like this.
Is there a guy in flip flops walking hiking here? I mean,
What?
I don't know, man.
Look right there next to him. You can see stacked brick.
Yeah, that's a
Yeah,
building.
all right there, even. Yeah.
And like
The
the
whole
funny thing is for me, when I was like exploring those arches in the middle of the woods, this was literally my live reactions too. I'm like, what the like why, it's just crazy. None of this should even be there.
And lower left-hand corner, there's mortar lines, 2 white mortar lines.
These students,
There, yeah.
they've blown this lie so huge in your face that even these guys, they're like, well, that's weird. Why is there a brick building there? And then it's like squirrel. And then they just move on and look at the beauty of whatever they're going to see.
Exactly, yeah.
Don't, like, process why. You ask the question, but then you just let it go. That's how we've been trained.
Yeah, I mean, like you just said, they kind of dumbed down society so well to where you could literally just put someone farting on TV and you'd win an Emmy. So,
yeah.
Right now, I'm shitting myself. What?
Yeah, that little stick's
How
gonna
about
blow
that,
up if he falls. Let's hold on to this.
I'm getting the fuck out of here. I do not like that.
What did he hear? Chocolate ice? What was it? Orcs?
I don't know. You were
They threw
you were
a
chatting
rock
away. I kind of missed it too.
Oh, sorry. Sure.
What?
God,
I know that.
I'm getting the fuck out of here. I do not like that.
That's a big drop, isn't it? I've got a big one. Hey, gives it AJ.
Get it out,
Gives it here. No, I've got one. Ready?
You're not going down to the end there with that opening.
That's a deep hole.
Are you coming with me? I guess.
Yeah, get Norton. Pascal, you go for. Are you going, Jason?
I guess I'll have a go.
Jason's a lot braver than he looks.
He's not older than he looks as well.
We should be alright, shouldn't we?
I'm getting pissed off now. Fuck that. Can't beat the triangles.
No, gotta get that triangle everywhere we can.
That is fucked. That is so.
Look at that.
I know. Come on.
That is fucked.
Look at that. That's crazy. That's crazy.
Yeah, and how do they spin all the different colors? There's no tagger going over there.
I mean, what painter is going to hang over it sounds like it was 100-foot drop. I'd be all set. You know?
Like, no, I feel out of money. No, I'm good. I'm good. It's fine.
No bueno. No bueno.
So indeed.
It's pretty wide so far.
I'm pretty wide. Fucking give up with that shit. Jesus.
Right angles in nature. I believe it, you know. Clearly structured.
You know that one that we first got? The one down there?
Yeah.
You reckon that leads into the bottom of that?
Maybe, yeah.
And this all just
Does it go anywhere?
It does go somewhere, but my phone torch is that shit. I can't see anything.
We need a light.
We don't have one.
Does that
Jason,
brick like hexagonal shape on the floor there?
Let's see.
Go back just a little.
That's a good point. Does it go anywhere?
it does go somewhere, but my phone torch is that shit. I
No,
can't
okay,
see
just
anything.
a little bit. I don't know.
We don't have one. Jason,
Yeah.
look what's holding up the slate.
Oh fuck.
Yeah, that's what's holding all the slate up. A few bits of fucking wood.
What's up, man?
I'm looking back.
Send the guy in with the flip flops.
What is it? Ow. Jason,
Yeah.
what is it?
It's a very narrow shaft, and it's been held up. It's been supported by a really thin piece of like timber or something. They look really rotten, and you know.
What do you mean it's holding the roof up?
Yeah.
It's holding that up wide.
Look at this wall.
Wow.
Like that's crazy. That's crazy to me. Clear evidence of melted, beat down, old stone wall Jackson looking shit. And over here is just blown up. Whatever. It's crazy.
It's not holding that up. The timber only holds it while they put the first few rocks on, and then it holds itself.
Well, I can't see anything down it because my phone torch
It's pitch
isn't good
black.
enough to even see in front of me.
Hang on.
Are you going to go searching for another light?
No, how am I going to search it? Oh, they've got fucking Asda around here on my torch.
We've got 5 guys around here.
No, I find that worse.
You go, I go.
Watch your step.
You dare me to climb up to that and sit on that ledge?
Dude, look at all that structure. I mean,
But I'm
come
saying,
on.
look at all the right angles.
I
Yeah.
know. And even they're like, why would they build it like this? It's supposed to be a mine. Like nobody built that like that. It was like that from pre-X Factor.
Absolutely crazy.
Yeah, those bricks look like they're just smashed. Like if you heat up a grilled cheese sandwich and smash it down or something, you know.
You got it.
Literally,
Yep,
yes.
you got it.
Yeah,
I'm hungry.
a torch.
Me too.
Look at this wall. It's
Use
just
this.
crazy.
We got to get their orange in there.
Fuck's sake. Fuck's sake. Well, just look at the wood.
Yeah, but Al, do you really think that piece of wood is holding up this entire? Oh my
Look at that
god!
wall. Look at
Is
that
that
fucking
nice?
wall.
How
Come
tall
on.
it is.
It's a wall.
That's
That's wild.
crazy.
Deep. This is not time to get giggles. Right, I'm turning
Yeah.
it up as bright as it goes.
Now, is this original wood? I don't know if it's original wood or
No,
not.
no,
Holding it
no,
up,
no,
maybe just
no,
cinched up some of it.
I feel like it's just
just a
maybe like
shaft.
tree roots just expanding
giant
over
shaft.
time.
Mate, well, let's see a good shot of the wood again.
He's
Stop right
being
there.
mom.
That's what I'm saying. You know,
Yeah, that looks like a tree root. You're right.
I think
That
it just
does look
goes
weird.
through. Yeah.
Yeah, because they're sporadic and it looks like a root, and I mean they're not put up in any specific
Yeah.
you know.
The only natural thing in this bitch, you know?
That's funny. Now that's really funny. The one thing that's natural, that's funny.
Oh my
And they
fucking
think they put the wood up there to hold up the ceiling.
I know.
I always have to finish that word.
What
Okay.
is this?
Commercial.
Hold on.
You get the wildest.
I know. Let me just.
The
hold
guy had
on.
blue hair, right? It's not just me. Okay, I thought maybe I thought the hue was off on my my TV here.
It's a hue man.
Hue,
Man of color. Hue.
This way. Let's see.
Oh, I sent you a picture, Steve. Too.
Oh, you
Where?
didn't send me one? I see how it is.
Well, no, he's the one sharing screens, right?
I'm just playing.
Oh, you. Like you.
You're gonna have to give me a second with that.
You do send me a lot of cool pictures, though.
Thanks.
Oh.
So yeah. Hey, I got a question while we're waiting for him to do his thing.
No, we don't.
I gotta throw this out there. Well, I gotta throw this out there in the chat and see what you guys think. So, and this isn't actually comes from my idea. You know, Friendless, our flat, came up with this and asked me. And when you think about it, the moon is not where they say it is. When she looks at it, she thinks it's approximately 30 miles away, and I threw in maybe 33, right? So I go on the computer, I'm trying to find things that are photos taken 30 miles away to see how they look. And so since we know that Tycho Crater, I think it was 36 miles, and we can see with their naked eye, maybe we should take pictures, if anyone hasn't done this, of things, of an object that's 30 miles away with something on it that maybe we can try to see and see if it matches up to what we see in the moon. I don't know. It's just
I remember when Richie from Boston got his P900. He
read my mind.
He zoomed in on the moon, and then he zoomed in on something that was, however many miles away he could see, and it was like perfect.
It was crazy, yeah, because he zoomed in on the Prudential building in Boston, which was only, I think he nailed it down to 5 or 4, between like 3 and 5 miles away across the bay, right? And somehow, some way, he got a clearer picture of the moon than he did of a building, a skyscraper, 5 miles away across the bay.
And
nothing to obstruct it on a beautiful day. But
and it wasn't even nighttime neither. It was daylight.
So and the moon came in clearer. You could crystal clear. It was crazy.
The building was 5 miles away. So you're saying it's like 3 miles away, 3.3 miles away?
I'm not saying that. I'm just
theoretically in an alternate Crazy Universe Twilight Zone episode. Wait, that's where we are. In a different alternate Crazy Universe Twilight Zone episode. Is that what you're saying? Could be.
Not sure.
I would have to go with the 33 miles away because
I like that one, right?
How high you fly. You fly at like 2 miles high.
Right. So it's got to be. Yeah, I'm back on the 33 train. I think so. I'm going to try to do some research on this. And if anyone else has a way of doing it, maybe I'm completely off on nothing and we'll find out right away. But maybe.
Yeah. I mean, the sun and the moon, I feel like they're very similar in size and distance away. But I think I don't want to say this like a whatever, but I'm pretty sure that I proved the moon was the sun was 33 miles up because back in 2017 when they did that awesome solar eclipse, whatever, from West Coast to East Coast, what was I gonna say? It only left a 72-mile wide area of blackout zone, which, I mean, in a real world, if the sun and the moon are, these massive objects, I would assume, like half of the earth would be just black, but guess not. Only 73 miles of a total blackout zone, which doesn't even make sense. And I've always theorized that, before that the moon, the sun was probably, around 33 miles up and no wider than the state of New Jersey. Come to find out, state of New Jersey is 74 miles wide. Nice. So I just thought it was, I'm like, well, it's got to be then, I'm like, it's probably.
Then what I do is I put everything there because of the firmament, if they're all attached to it, your sun's 33 and the moon seems to be 33, stars and everything. So I don't know. Isn't there some of the 33 parallel or, that's a number that appears everywhere.
On the 33rd parallel.
Yeah. I don't know. Just interesting thing. Did you find your pictures?
What's up?
Oh.
No, I was just trying to reload this so we don't get any ads.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I'll do that after this. Don't worry.
No, I was just killing time in a cool way. I got to find out this thing. It's the same place.
I don't like it. Scary.
All right. You guys see and hear this or no?
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's the roots.
I know what you mean now. I know what you mean.
Yeah, it's a bit.
Yeah, they're just not sure about walking in far because they think it's going to fall down on them, but they get in there.
Little break.
There's on that have got holes in them for foot breathing. Lloyd, did you not see even worse? Not even worse.
First thing they come to when they get through this hallway is a fucking brick structure, guys.
Oh, there's like a big piece of metal. We're using this bit of metal.
Also, we didn't expect. We were expecting like diggers and like just a mine. We weren't expecting tunnels.
Yeah, you weren't expecting a building.
Underground.
Could you imagine though if these guys went back to this location knowing what we know?
Right.
What?
Look at this
What
wall
the hell
over here.
did
though.
you just throw in?
Look at this over here. That's crazy. Parts of
Yeah.
a giant archway. See how it kind of just gradually goes up in a circular fashion.
Mm-hmm.
Then it looks like the bottom of the archway just gave out and everything just started falling. Never mind mortar snot, just everything fell.
I'm in a mountain. On the oven. Oh, there's a bit of an opening.
All right, there's something coming up here, and it's going to be brick.
Sure, it's not like an alien. If they existed.
It's alien brick.
You can fucking do
Look at that.
Giving myself an emotional pep talk. Oh, like really? Really?
Ow. Ow.
Uh-oh. You lost him?
Ow.
Oh, no. He comes back out, Jen, doesn't he?
Opening.
Yeah.
And when you carry on past the opening, it's all like collapsed in on itself. In case you people at home haven't been paying
Look at all
attention.
this structure, guys. Look at all this.
He's telling us that we haven't been paying attention as he walks by all these bricks.
Job on something? Maybe a job
Who's got a boner?
One massive building, guys.
Was that a windscreen with a doorway? What?
I was about to say, just a random doorway to walk through. That's nice.
And he tells us we're not paying attention.
Right. This guy wouldn't know a building if he was walking in it,
Nice. See what you did there, Steve.
Yeah. Four walls.
Look at that shit, though.
Stand at that pole and walk over. I wouldn't recommend
Blair
it.
Winchell.
What you got? One hand.
But now they're on top of that giant wall that they were looking straight up at. And I think over here they go look down it. See how the guy's leaning, looking down the wall? This other guy will put his camera down. You'll see the whole wall. Like, it looks like a dam almost,
Yeah.
I think it's funny they're afraid to go into the building because it could collapse,
Look.
but they're perfectly fine being on top of the building.
Look at this wall. Look at this fucking wall. Are you kidding me?
This is all being held up by two pieces of wood, supposedly. Okay.
Very crazy.
I mean, that's a perfect wall.
Jesus, what have we got ourselves in? No, it's not. It's not slate. That's slate. This is rock. Welcome to the Slate Show. At Norton. On a Sunday. Oh. He goes for to a different world, different dimension. Oh, that's the end.
So here they're just walking through one of the hallways in this building that hasn't quite closed down on itself.
Slagmite. What a slagmite?
You can't call this an exploring episode.
I can call it what I want.
Oh
Jeff.
my god.
Have you? Is that like a canyon?
It's the drop.
Ow, my head! Did you just bang your?
Oh yeah, this is the other side of the wall. This is the other side of the world. Once you're in here, it gets really low.
Oh, hang on.
Oh, I feel like I'm in the Grand Canyon.
Hey, look at that hole.
Look at my a-hole.
Oh yeah, that hole up there.
Huh. Why would that be up there now?
Yeah. That's
Who
cool.
carved that out?
Oh shit, boys, that's the entrance we're trying to get to. It is.
And look, you can see how it's all melted down.
Really?
Yep. Very droopy, very drippy.
Droopy and drippy.
Right. Elephant fucking feet. Oh.
Look at that.
Oh, look at right there. Look at right there. Yeah. Look at that.
Mm-mm.
How do you
Wow.
explain that anyway? That's fucking great.
Just natural. That's crazy.
So the only way they can explain these things away is saying that, oh, it's just a mine. It's a slate mine.
Very crazy stuff. Only another couple minutes left, but yeah, good stuff there for sure.
Yeah.
Let me get
Yeah.
this off here.
Dig through some of those on another day and find the part where they walk through, because there's another part. They go back to this slate mine and do another video there, and that's when they get really into it and start exploring it, and they find that one tunnel that's made of brick and there's all that mortar snot hanging down.
Yes.
And they remember they were breaking the snot off, the white drippy stuff.
Hold on, let me. Okay. Sorry, I was just getting that picture you sent me there, ceiling fan. Let's open it up real quick.
Yeah, Martin, it's somewhere in Wales. They were at a slate mine in Wales, I believe.
Mm.
This is what
It's called.
these old buildings I took pictures of back in the day that I didn't know what they were. I just sent them to you.
Wow.
And I just wanted to say that's from the or urban exploration guys called Hell on Earth Exploration. And if you go to their playlist where it says cave shows,
Caves.
you'll see all kinds of cool stuff.
And you know, a lot of the buildings in Europe, these old buildings, they're all connected. You can't get a piece of paper between them. And now when I'm thinking about the Great Wall of China, maybe it was like we thought, just part of a giant city, and that's just the top that's left.
Yeah, exactly,
You know?
dude.
Because all
Exactly.
these connect.
All
who builds
interconnected.
buildings like that nowadays? No one.
No, of course not. Very crazy. What do you got here, bud?
Who? Me?
You.
Just
am,
that
am I not sharing?
Yeah, you are.
Yeah.
Yeah, zoom in on that, because the damage above the archway is really interesting. And Black Sheep Researcher was talking about how we find these archways that are bricked up, and it's because it's broke. That archway doesn't work anymore according to the grid system, so they brick it up. Wow, look at that damage. That's a good picture, ceiling fan.
Thanks.
No, nobody built that like that, guys. That is from
right.
that is heat damage.
Look at it going over the wall here. Almost. Wow. Very incredible.
Yeah, looks like a piece of Vesuvius right there.
Right? Like a piece of everywhere somehow. Very crazy. Very crazy. We're still sharing, right?
Yeah.
Let's get that out of here. Got a couple things up here. Yeah, we'll share this. This is in Italy, the Royal Palace. Don't know how to say that, but it right there. And just look at the land. I think the land is also the water, all that definitely all lines up grid wise, part of the system.
Yeah, they could be cooling ponds. They could just be cooling ponds for the grid that they made, to look beautiful.
And that lines up exactly like when you have the White House with the reflecting pools. You guys have covered that one too. It's the same kind of thing.
Yeah. Wow.
Just crazy ass art.
Nothing to
Look at this
see here.
building. That's crazy.
Again,
that's
I
like
want
the insurance firm that's down the street from me. It's literally fucking 3-4 blocks wide, just like this. Pillars, archways.
You need a lot of room for insurance.
Yeah. Huh?
You need a lot of room.
I guess, dude. Shit's crazy. What else we got here?
You can never have too big of a building for a post office either. Never.
Look at this. This is in Spain. Rondon, Spain. Look at that.
Who's going through that arch?
Yeah, right?
What I'm saying, bro.
I mean,
Right.
what?
Holy
well, Jen, if you look, there's an arch underneath it too. So
Really? See, that proves that ground level goes down a lot further than what we're seeing now in our world. It look at this structure everywhere, just like that hell on earth place we just were at. That's crazy.
Mm-hmm. Look at who's fucking giving speeches out of here. That's what I want to know. Who's hanging out up here? Like, hey, that's crazy. That is crazy.
That's the little dude keeping track of all the big dudes going through the arch.
I guess, dude. But of course, you got the Vatican, the Vaticano. Very crazy. Very crazy.
I bet that dome had gold on it. They probably took that shit down. Vatican's got a lot of gold. That's how the Vatican's been so rich and stuff, because they took all the gold down off all these domes.
Yeah.
Damn right. Very crazy. All right.
Oh, is that a brick street?
It looked like it, yeah. Looked like it.
Picture.
Oh, you're gonna love this though. Look at these. These are just random nature pictures, I guess you can call them. This one isn't, too crazy, but the further we get in here, yep.
Oh, yeah.
I'm just saying, bro. Who's building that? How are you building that? First of all, look at it. It's like the 200 foot drop. Oh, it got busted. No. Absolutely.
That little river carved that out.
Of course. But it never got higher than the arch. It just started here and worked its way down.
Oh, you know what? I was looking up, I don't know, Ceiling Fan, if you ever looked at this or not, but the lake that feeds the Colorado River. Ooh, look at that, Steve. The lake that feeds the Colorado River, because I always wanted to know where the Colorado River starts at. And there's this lake that feeds it, and it's a small lake. I'm like, are you fucking kidding me? And they're saying this is what carved out the Grand Canyon?
Nice.
That's cool.
Yeah, I don't even know what it is, but it's bad cool. There's another one over here. So these might just be tops of pillars, perhaps.
Exactly, dude. They could be tops of buildings. That whole thing is melted down. Wow.
Look at that thing, dude.
Wow.
Just
look at the
devastated
line.
art.
All the lines.
Very crazy.
Make me think there's ones I think in Channel Islands and different places that I've seen different over the years.
Well, that's fucked. And some of the ground around the pyramids look like this, guys. If you go to personal people's videos of hiking around the pyramids in Egypt, and they show the ground a lot in their photos, you'll see that same type of whole expansion, heat expansion and stuff.
Yeah,
look at those melt layers.
Bricks out of here. Yep. Oh, the layers. Yeah, you can't miss that. And look at how hot it got. It was dripping.
Yep.
Really drippy. Turning itself into that vein looking wow. That's incredible.
That is so incredible. So the building is coming down. The building's coming down. The pressure of the weight of the building and the melt at the same time is pancaking onto itself and then splattering out. Yeah.
And I feel like you got 1, 2, 3 of these structures here. These could have just been pillars of some sort.
Now, these are just mineral deposits. What's wrong with you, Steve?
I know.
Look at this. Oh, my gosh.
Look how little you are in here, That's crazy.
And the colors are just awesome.
Yeah.
And they're more charred at the bottom, so clearly this was a bottom up type of melt event. I feel.
Zoom
Where
in
you
on
want?
that spot you just circled there.
Right here?
Yeah, zoom in on that. Look at those down the bottom. Wow, look at the bricks. You can see the bricks. Yeah, especially on the bottom there too. You can see what looks like a clear wall for sure. Mm-hmm. That looks just like Vesuvius, guys. That's what you see in Vesuvius all day long.
Incredible. Look at this. Look at this. Wow. This was a giant fucking pillar, huh? Holy shit. Yeah. Wow. That's crazy.
And up top, it's just dustified.
Oh, yeah. The bomb went off up here clearly, and it just kept sinking into the sand. I don't know, dude. This is crazy. That's nuts. Wow. Another picture of it.
And it looks like you can see some doorways or something that have already collapsed down on themselves there, like maybe crunched down. Yep. So this building was really, really high. We're just seeing what's left of it, maybe a third of it now, the size.
Yeah. If that, dude. Maybe. Yeah.
Have you looked at the I think I might have showed them to you once, or the Crowley Lake columns? Oh, melted steps right there.
Yes, I think we did that before. Yeah.
They're crazy.
Wow. Steps in the grass or the dirt, whatever. You got to love that.
That's Jagger Cave.
Yeah, right.
Oh, what's that? Some stacked stuff right there.
Crazy.
Oh, my gosh. Wow. It's so melted.
You love this one. Look at
that. That's awesome.
That's crazy, right?
Yeah.
Look at these over here. Windows, clear structure, another square, and just it was coming down. It was coming down.
Yep.
For sure.
And that would have rock curtained over it, and we would have black drippy stuff running down.
Mm-hmm. There's only a couple more of these, but what else do we got here? We got some more down here we can go through. I don't know if anyone saw this here. This is awesome. Elon Musk, Neuralink, hopes to begin human trials this year. Sick. Sick.
They should do the human trials on him. Oh, they can't because he's human.
Right. It would probably work like a charm for him. I already got 3 of these in. Might as well throw another one. But again, guys, just to reiterate, this is what we're talking about, We're only getting this part. These caves and tunnels and mines are literally showing us that all of this is down here, but it's obliterated. It's looking like this shit, busted. And I love how the rendition even shows how this is not even like the first level. This is just part of it, crazy.
Yeah.
You were saying
levels did you have that show? 7 to Dante? What was it? How many levels?
9.
Set 9 circles of hell. Okay, so in the lower left-hand corner, you could see a brick wall that's all mangled in the lower left-hand corner. Yeah, right there, Steve. You were just on it, just next to it, to the right a little bit. You zoom back in that lower left-hand corner. It's kind of in the middle of the screen now. It looks just like what we saw on top of that volcano, that windshield wall or whatever. Shield,
right there.
All day long is what we saw on top of that fucking volcano.
It's almost like the rings of a tree. You could count what level you're at depending on, how far down the building is.
I like that. That's a good little example. That up.
Now you guys got me wondering. There's a place in Hawaii. It's a canyon. And I bet you if we looked at it now, it's like all brick again.
I bet. Yeah, we should check it out. Bring up some pictures on it.
This is my number 1 go-to example for people who deny that giants walked the earth before.
I love that one.
I'm just, could be a roof to a place, but who's building that roof anyways, That's stairs, baby. Those are big stairs. The little people had to build little stairs over here. Just saying, That's crazy. That's crazy to me. That's literally what? A 20-foot step, maybe? That's crazy. And they said that these first generation Nephilim were tall as cedar oaks. That makes sense. Makes sense. Wonder who's building all these places in dedication to Baalbek, Zeus, whoever. Apollo. Madness. This, probably some dude who was this big. Look at his head. This is before the Smithsonian started racking these up and hiding them and never talking about them. It's a little rendition from back in the day. And like I said, maybe it was something like that. They had these giants, they had them in captive, and they made them build stuff. Who knows? Who knows? Who knows? This one, I've never really validated if this one's real or not, but it's a two-headed being that's fucking like 15 feet tall. Very crazy. And it's got like these like crazy like acrylic markings on them. Just incredible. Would not doubt if that's real. Would not doubt for a second. Stuff like that.
Go back to that one with the two heads. What the F, bro? That's crazy.
That is creepy.
That's a mummy.
It's just something I think they found in the desert. So sure.
I mean, some of them have been fake, so who knows? But
I know that's what I'm saying. But
you two-faced dirty rat.
It could have been the two-headed god that they were praying to a couple of weeks ago in the house or whatever. A man and a woman, whatever. Yeah. Good
Wasn't
people.
That they did a movie with Rosie Greer and somebody else? Never mind. No one watched that movie when I was a kid. The Man with Two Heads.
I don't know what that is.
No, I know. Who's in it? Who's in it?
Rosie Greer, who's like some big football player at the time. And there's this really, you could never play it nowadays. It's funny. There's a really, really rich racist guy, and he's dying. And so they take his head and they implant it, but the only available person was this black dude. And I don't know how they get him to do it. So now they got a racist dude on a black guy's body. I thought it was funny, but it probably could never be made. Probably could never be shown anymore.
I remember a two-headed man movie with, I seen it when I was a little girl. I thought it was Burt
Steve
Reynolds.
Martin, the Man with Two Brains.
No. Wasn't it like
We're ruining Steve's show. Go on, sorry.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I'll think of it.
Yeah, it's all good. I don't even know what we're looking at here. Maybe someone's theorizing these are two eye sockets. Who knows?
Yeah, looks like a giant's face.
Sorry. But
I'm gonna send you some things, Steve.
Do your thing. Look at this
Because I can't get it up.
Look at this bone here, could be claimed as a quote unquote dinosaur bone. I got my speculations on what those actually were, seeing as they're reptilian in nature, they tell us, but looks just like a big old femur bone or maybe your forearm or something.
Yeah.
Wonder who that's to, That's what I'm saying, Like,
wouldn't that be funny? Those are the only real fossils in the museum. All the rest are fake, but the giant bones, they're like, hey, we'll put these out here as a joke. And people, think they're fake, and those are the real ones.
Right. I feel that. I don't know what this is, but this is just a devastated area here. Wow.
Wow, look at that. They're melted steps or something right there. Melted wall.
Something. Yeah, the whole thing got creamed. Oh no, I kind of see what they're saying. That's weird.
Yeah, they look like
that's weird, man. That nose, two eyes. Fuck that.
Oh wow, yeah.
If they were that big, I'm all set,
That's crazy. But whatever it is, it's melted.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
How do you looks like something looking out of the ground. Yep.
Not good, And of course, you got the top hats finding them. Probably all Mikovitzes and whatnot. Those awesome last names with the tiny hats we can't talk about, but it's all good. It's more renditions of gods, lowercase g. And I love this picture.
Yeah.
I love this picture. That's crazy. Already ruined. Like we said, fucking trees growing on top.
That's Giovanni Battista stuff. Remember when we were looking at that?
Yes. I was showcasing him a couple weeks ago too, actually. But yeah, absolutely. People, what happened? What happened? This is the Temple of Jupiter. That's nice, you know. Destroyed.
Look at that hair.
That's what I'm saying. It's crazy. They were theorizing. I watched a couple of videos that they're not just the hair was crazy, but like maybe their skulls were actually this big, you know, like
the cone heads from the movies and TV were real. Yeah.
And of course they would put something like that in such a comedy way, so we would just write it off, you know.
That's why
like, what do you mean there were beings that walked around like cone heads from, you know?
That's why the Pope wears a giant fish hat.
Of course.
Of course. Okay, so I got a couple things I just sent you. Whenever you're ready, we'll get to those.
Yeah, I think I had sent one to him also. And if you've got nothing left, if you just for grins and giggles bring up Waimea Canyon, because I just guarantee we'll find bricks in there. And it's like this amazing canyon in Hawaii, just like the Grand Canyon.
Yeah, we'll
towns become one.
We'll check that out. But I'm seeing a different picture here. I'm just like, I see all these obelisks everywhere, and they're all like, you know, hundreds of feet tall. How would you even think about doing that with the means they had back then? But if you had dudes who were just as tall, I'm sure it was just like picking up a log, and they just placed them there. That's it. It's all over.
Brilliant. That's brilliant.
Hold on, don't go anywhere. Is it just me, or do those obelisks look like they're a gold color?
These here?
Yeah.
Yeah. Gold, bronze, whatever. I mean, copper was the most valuable metal to these.
Yeah, it could have been copper, but I think they were definitely covered in gold or copper. Definitely something to that extent. And then again, guys, look at all the obelisks you find in graveyards.
But when we go back, you got those two dudes. Those are the guys that, you know, they take the capstone off when it's bad and they replace the new capacitor, and they take the old one and stick it in the cemetery. Those guys.
Absolutely. I agree 110%. What else we got? I've actually never went through these pictures before, so bear with me for a couple minutes here. Well, I mean, more Egyptian stuff. Big people in Egypt, apparently, you know.
You still got to watch that movie, Gods of Egypt. You haven't seen it yet, have you?
No, I haven't.
Yeah, wait till you see that. You'll probably pick up a lot of good nuggets in there.
I mean, and this kind of just makes sense to me. I'm not saying that these weren't originally bricks, but like I said before, if the original Fallen were tall as cedar oaks, I'm sure their bricks were a little bit bigger, you know? This is the brick the size of a tall human. That's crazy. And then just shows you over here how John and Baum would just put them up like it ain't shit, you know?
Yeah, I mean, if you're going to have bigger people, they're going to make bigger bricks. That's a given. Yeah, for sure. I like that.
What the fuck is going on here? Look at this shit. You got a spiral in the sky. That's not a good sign. You got some sort of flying device. That's crazy. That's crazy.
Well,
this guy's pretty. I mean, these are probably just humans. This dude's pretty big. And then whatever, you know?
Yeah, there's a lot going on in that picture.
That's crazy. That's mad. Proud. This definitely just a rendition, or not a rendition, but to give people an example of what might have been chilling back then. You know, it's huge. I wouldn't doubt it.
These little people holding ropes over that thing and holding it down like it was a giant.
Right. Well, again, they do it to you from a young age. Was it? What's that one story? Gulliver's Travels.
Yes. That's what I was thinking of. Look at this.
Yeah, I knew you'd have a field day here. That's crazy.
That looks identical to something in Prague, but you see the steps now, and on either side of the steps is all cooked out. So the steps are just kind of squished.
If your husband's listening, a perfect date of Jen would take her to a place like that.
For real. I'm
Love it.
Low maintenance over here.
Look at this shit. You must have to be a big person, a big boy to walk up those steps, you know. That's nuts.
Well, how do they describe that in the normie world? Why are those so far apart?
I have no idea, man.
Well, they don't either, but yeah, I wonder. Huh.
Well, I remember when they were going over this way back then. Because they had a giant snake fucking wrapped around it. Yeah, I do remember this picture now. It's crazy. That's crazy. They find a giant with a giant serpentine like vertebrae wrapped around it. Wonder what was happening. Wonder what was happening, you know? Fuck that. That's crazy. And it's like petrified into the ground. So clearly must have got hit with some heat, Jen.
For sure.
Maybe you're right. Maybe there was like a great war or something to trigger this event, you know?
Yeah.
Well, Ceiling Fan, in the Bible, it talks about how the Nephilim were ordered to or the fallen were ordered to watch their sons and daughters they created through interbreeding with humans, that would watch them kill each other.
Mm-hmm.
So maybe that happened. Quick reset, bring it back to regular, you know?
Yeah.
And this is what I was talking about before. This is definitely the type of column that we saw sticking out of the sand earlier, a couple slides ago. That's crazy. Where the fuck is this? Another obelisk, giant pillars. This guy's just sitting on it, you know. That's crazy. And look, there's bricks under it, Jen.
Yep,
see that?
Of course. Yeah. This is the land of the giants.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Incredible stuff.
And, you know, I'm going to mention something. Singe, man, I agree. He just noticed that the gold has the word God and L, so that's interesting.
Mm.
But yeah.
This is what I'm saying, dude. You're not going to build a guardrail unless you're like this tall, you know?
Right.
My guardrail would be like right here, so I could look over it, not where, you know, Paul Bunyan and company can look over it.
It's like
That's crazy.
every society in the early 1800s had just an immense amount of time and resources that they overbuilt everything.
Yeah, there's that double-headed thing again. That's crazy. Be Janus. Who knows? Where's Paul?
Oh, they're trying to prove it's real.
I think it's just different pictures of it and whatnot.
Because they have something like that at the Curiosity Shop in Seattle, too. Not a two-headed one.
It was leaving this footprint, though. That's crazy. That's like Shaquille O'Neal times 4. Look
I
at
have
that
a
one.
footprint like that, too, that I found in the snow.
I was like, hope you got your foot checked out. Sounds swollen.
Look at that.
I mean, like you said, Jen, this was the land of the giants, you know?
Uh-huh.
I think their story may predate the human story. Like, give me a break. You know, if this is real, I'm done. These guys wake up, we're toast, dude, you know?
Well, maybe some of them are good.
I don't know about that, man.
What about Esau? He came out gigantic and full of red hair. If that's not a Bigfoot, I don't know what it is. So, but he was good.
That's one. That's
okay.
one.
So I'll look for the one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Well, at least
Crazy.
the first thing I'm going to do is offer him a sandwich, and then if it turns out that's not what he's after, well, then okay, game on, I guess. But
Game on, right? Oh man, Jen, you just sent me something funny here. Not funny, but just the last picture you sent me with the pyramid and how it looks like the transistor chip.
Yeah.
I just me and Ceiling Fan were just laughing yesterday because they crashed the whole tech sector for the last 2 or 3 weeks because apparently there's a microchip shortage. No, there's not.
Oh, really?
No, there's not. I just thought that was funny, but yeah. Let's keep rolling with it.
and I sent you a picture too, Steve.
Here, let me load that up so you don't expose your email.
Yeah, bring up his picture first, and then we'll get into the other stuff.
All right.
Yeah, I can't verify this one, so you guys have to use your discernment. But it's funny because it fit exactly what you were looking at just then. Of course, I didn't know you were going to start showing those like footprint things.
What the fuck? That's crazy.
I know.
I
And
get
it looks like
I
it
get
has
the VIP first view.
It looks like a regular channel, like what is that, do-it-yourself channel or something? So it looks like it's a screenshot from a TV show for real.
All right, let's see what we got here. Bang. Nope. Almost just exposed your email. Let's get that out of here. Where is it? There it is. I mean,
You tell me. Kind of fit in with what you were saying.
Like like we were saying before, Jen, I feel like this is a combination of some of them are the petrified trees. Some of them are obviously buildings and structures. And some of these mother suckers could just be giants. I'm talking first generations, and man, what was that show I told you to watch a little while ago, Ceiling Fan? That Blood of Zeus show. Those first generation Titans, they call them the Titans, who went to war with the gods. They were fucking big, dude.
Yeah, they were
huge. Yeah.
No, I truly believe they were here, and maybe they come back. Some of them, I don't know, but there's mountains all over the world that they call like sleeping giants. Well, it's right in your face.
Yeah, and the Bible says, this. I mean, this could go for melted buildings or giants. It says the elites run for the hills, begging the hills to cover them and protect them. Because they know what's coming.
And then my question is whenever they have those giant mountains, they always call them sleeping giants. Well, does that mean they wake up at some point?
I would assume so.
Yeah. I mean, the Easter Island dudes look like they're already starting to, right? I mean, when I was growing up, they were little heads, and now they like have full bodies and stuff. And then they got like googly eyes on some of them, red hats. It's like fascinating to watch those guys just evolve.
All right. You want to start here, Jen?
I don't think that's one of my pictures.
You just
sent
sent
mine
me
because it got Dogman, so you must have sent it to him. You like freaking him out with that.
I don't think I sent you that, did I? Oh, yeah. I'm sorry. I did. Yes. Scroll down.
Yeah,
You're right.
you did.
I apologize. I forgot it was a website.
Amateur.
There's a picture on it. So we've been talking about volcanoes and volcanoes actually being buildings and not what they tell us they are. I've been searching for this picture for 2 years. I saw it 2 years ago. Didn't know what to make of it. Now I know what I know. And I've been hunting this picture down and I finally found it, guys. So, yeah.
Just the picture, yeah.
Yeah, this is really interesting. Clearly, it looks like a volcano. There's no mistaking that. But it has some sort of mechanical mechanism within it.
Isn't that weird that it looks like the air is blowing in, not blowing out? The exact opposite it tells about volcanoes.
Yeah, so it's really interesting. I was blown away. They say it's like supposed to be some kind of ventilation thing. I don't know. Mining ventilation. So yeah, it's really interesting, this picture, but clearly it's showing you that this structure is not what people would think it is. And this is what's really on the inside of it. You know what I mean? It's still lending to the theory that they're not what they were being taught they are.
So the air blows into that thing and then it goes down the chute, down the tube, whatever. Mm-hmm. And then what are the letters down at the bottom there? Because it looks like it comes out on either, right down the middle, and then it kind of curls up.
NLM. Scroll in on the bottom, Steve. Can you scroll in there? Right there. Yeah.
Yeah, there you go. See, the wind comes down and it forms into those little pockets, the N and the M with the arches.
Yep.
So the L is where it comes down, and M are where they blow out, whatever. Where does it go from there?
I don't know, but I love this picture. And look at the rim. I just want to point out the very rim of the crater. Like that, right there. It looks like it's brick going around. I know this is an etching, but if you look at the rim going around, it kind of looks like Vesuvius as well.
And look, it's like we were talking about. It's got like cities and plants and things. They'll have like a whole society right there.
Yeah.
There's some plants growing, or trees or something.
Mm-hmm.
Something. Yeah, it's really interesting. Like I said, I've just been hunting this picture down. I finally found it, and I couldn't wait to share it because we're on volcanoes now.
But do you see how they cut the hole in that thing?
Yeah.
Can I show you something real quick, Steven? How do I share just this one thing? Let's see. I'll just share the whole screen. That's the only way I can figure this out.
Just posted a link in the chat. I don't know what that's to, guys. Sorry.
Okay.
Funny.
Do you see this?
You're live. Yep. There it is.
This is that thing that we keep seeing everywhere. It's right there. And see, I don't know what's going on in it. It's like it has water in it or something. You can never really read what this says in here.
I feel like whoever, the man downstairs is definitely hanging out in these quote unquote volcanoes. Or whatever.
But I just want to show you that because it looks like all these little things that you keep finding in all these buildings. So,
Is that supposed to be South Africa?
yeah, this is a map of Africa.
Wow. That would be
There's a
right
thing
around
called
where
the
Adam's
Mountains of
calendar
the-
is.
What's that?
That would be right around where Adam's calendar is. If you look at South Africa and the archaeology sites down there, Adam's calendar and a lot of stuff that they find is right in where that circle is, that opening.
Well, you know, there's so much weirdness in Africa. I just know there's stuff going on because this right here, this is maps of the moon, of the mountains of the moon. Okay, they were thought to be the source of the Nile River, and there's a mountain range that goes all the way from the Nile here. The problem is, no one even knows if it ever existed. Now, how does that make any sense? You can't find any evidence that it ever existed, yet everyone talks about it. Was that?
Yep.
I'm just here to make questions and I'll give you answers. Okay, there you go. But yeah, well, mountains of the moon. Oh, okay. What does that mean? Well, we don't know. They may or may not have ever existed. Okay. Bunch of mountains. You don't know if they existed?
There's a whole world beneath our feet. A whole world.
Maybe that's when Jesus says you move mountains. They move the entire mountains of the moon. Maybe they're all underground. I don't know how this all works, but they're gone.
Maybe. Everything's on the table right now trying to figure this thing out. We're trying to back engineer a fucking X Factor event, guys. That's a lot of work.
This table is getting huge. I can't finish this buffet.
We don't need any more on our plate. We got enough.
My God. You still there, Steve?
You know how we try to put together a crime scene and you work your way in from the back end of it, trying to piece it all together. That's what we're doing here. This is a major.
I want to be the guy that whips the sunglasses off. I want to be that guy.
Now we got to whip out the purple light and see what kind of stains we see.
Oh, shoot. No, I don't want to be that guy. I want to be at the very beginning, and I'll just say something cool and whip off my sunglasses, and then the Who plays, and then you guys go in there with the purple things and look at all the stains. How's that?
The Who, what, why?
Steve's left.
Steve-O. He may have left the building.
Oh,
Oh, there he is.
I was on mute. Like, yo, I can't. No one hear me.
I was like, man, sometimes Jen and I get in trouble, but Steve just left. Shoot.
We're taking
All right.
over.
You're good. All right. Where were we? You were sending me things. I think this is where we were, but I don't know.
Oh, I like that.
Yeah, that's the next one I sent you. This again shows what our theory is that these volcanoes are not volcanoes; they're actually buildings. And I really like this picture.
Yeah, it shows you a lot, Oh, why isn't this working now? There we go.
Did I send you that one?
Yep.
Okay. Go past that one. You can go past it. It is a cool picture. It's from that movie Must. These are ones that I've sent you the last live stream. You got to go. Yeah, these are all from the last live stream, Steve. They're not the ones I just sent you. That's inside there. Okay, here we are. This is it. This was my trip up to the so-called mountain around here, which is actually a melted building. And I found these on the side of a wall. Actually, it's not a rock, it's a wall. And these are heat striations. Again, if we were in a cave, they would tell you that these are pickaxe marks.
Of course. But how would that even happen? Straight line for like 20 feet.
Yep.
Incredible. Wow, it's even got that like little ding, ding, ding thing.
Yeah, that's straight. I didn't see that, Steve. That's good.
Interesting. Look at that.
more of what they would call pickaxe marks. Can you zoom in on it? There you go. Clearly, these are just heat striations, guys, not pickaxe marks.
Wow. I mean, for anyone to even think that, is pretty ridiculous at this point, in my opinion. Very crazy.
I did not expect to see this up there. I did not expect to see it. When I saw it, I was like, holy crap. I mean, this absolutely, once again, proves that, these aren't pickaxe marks. Yeah, so I did resend you that. But this I resent you because we were just talking about obelisks. Obelisks used to have tech on top. You can see the ones here that have tech on top, and some of them don't. These obelisks were functional to the grid system. Wherever they were placed, it had a function. And like I said, I think that they were covered in gold. But yeah, the tech, they used to have tech on top of the obelisks, just like on the conical roofs.
Yes. Wow, look at that.
And that's one big brick wall right there, guys. That's Mount Vesuvius caldera. This is actually a massive building, and you are looking at a brick wall. A massive.
Wow. Almost indistinguishable from the mountain those boys were just climbing up.
Exactly, dude. Exactly.
Incredible. And it just seeps right into the the ground.
Well, I sent a picture of a bomb from World War II, what they look like, and I think that's the type of bomb they used on Vesuvius in 1944. This is the Grand Canyon, guys. This is a pan overview of a documentary, and they showed this on purpose in the documentaries. It's right there in your fucking face. It's fucking brick. And this is off the History Channel, his Story Channel. They'll put it right in your face all day long in a pan view of, and there's the bomb. I bet they put one or two of these in Vesuvius in 1944 and destroyed the rest of whatever was left in there.
I wouldn't doubt it.
Circuit board
there you go.
Guys.
On the history. You got to love that. What the hell is this down here? Little goat head? That's nice.
Somebody was showing this on their show, and I just screen captured it because I wasn't watching the History Channel. Yeah.
It's all good. Wow. Bang, 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 bang. That's crazy.
Yep, it's all the same, guys. It's all the same. It's a motherboard grid system.
All right, if they're out of microchips, why don't they just go to, any one of these places?
Again, this is a shot of a Grand Canyon. You clearly see brick there. It looks like we're on top of that volcano again. But we're not. We're on the side of the Grand Canyon here.
Look at all that. Over here is crazy.
Again, it looks like Vesuvius as well, the rim. And then something
100%.
Yeah.
I love this.
Yeah. These etchings here with these pyramids in with architecture. So you would think you would see something like that in Egypt. But here it's connected to some type of castle, and clearly it has damage on it. It has mud flow all around it. Building ash flowed in. The pyramid itself looks like it's all muffed up. It's got something going on with the one side of it there. And who's etching these things? People who saw what they were actually seeing, and then this stuff gets all destroyed. They take it away, or they hide it, or they bomb it, or whatever.
Wow. Right. They just erase it.
Yep.
I was going to say that's a real place, and here it is. Yep.
Yep. There you go, guys. There you go. I mean, what is this pyramid doing there in the middle of a castle? It had functionality. Or could this just be the very top of a giant obelisk? I don't know. Something could go very far underground with this thing.
I like that. I think it is that because you have actually a little something on top of here. But
right. So this is a energy tower.
Wow. Yeah. This could have been like one of the world's biggest obelisks. That's nuts. That's nuts. Of course, my man Martin's showing this, of course.
That's right. I screenshot all his stuff. Again, these are the pyramids in China that they don't talk about. This is clearly a motherboard grid system here. They try to tell people that nothing to see here. They're just, regular old natural formations. Keep going.
That's crazy. There you go. There you go. Boom. Grid. Right. Chip. That's crazy.
Yep. We're back in China.
That's nuts. That's just mad, dude. Hey, New York City or circuit board? You tell me.
This is our world, guys, on a circuit board. This is what it's all set up like. Clearly, I think, for me anyway, I think certain areas are using free energy and the rest of us are paying for it. I think there are a lot of these buildings, they did get back online or they back engineered them and figured out how to get certain things working.
I think the entire thing is free energy. I mean, go by your local, not even your power plant, just where, I got to take a picture of one of these places, but, like, where like the electrical like little field is, and it's like, it's always like down for some reason, like a couple feet down, and it always has two giant like it looks like if you put a structure over it, it'd be a cathedral. You know what I'm saying? And then you have like the lines, the power lines that go and go and go, but they always have to go to somewhere, and that little supercharger place literally looks identical to any old world cathedral if you just put a structure over it. I'll get some boots on the ground pictures of that in a couple days for sure. But this here literally looks like Pittsburgh, but whatever.
Right?
Got a fucking bridge, Madness. Oh, that's not there. It is.
Okay, so this is one of Giovanni Battista's etchings. This is a tiered building, and this reminds me of the terracing that we see a lot around the world. I think that they did have terraced buildings like this, and they utilized them and grew stuff on them and on the different levels. Here you can see two obelisks at either end of this thing, which they look like they have tech on top of them as well.
Yes, and like you said, some of them did have vegetation on them, which would make it so much easier for the ecosystem around it just to overtake it. And now you think it's a mountain 3,000 years later. And don't mind the old Tower of Babel looking structure over here.
Exactly. Yep.
And real quick, I just like talking about how like the 9 circles of hell, in my opinion, the entirety of hell is probably just the most massive melted building in history. And it's just a spiral staircase. You go all the way down 9 levels, maybe 9 big levels, because they're big fucking people. But yeah.
Before you leave this screen, you pointed that in the background and said Tower of Babel. I was seeing it as the Statue of Liberty kind of look at from a distance.
Yes,
so maybe,
I see that.
The Star Fort, there was something else there, got melted away, and then they stuck that statue on there and gave us the story about the French, because that looks like it a little bit if you from zoomed out to me.
Oh, 100%. And there's no coincidence that the Statue of Liberty is made out of copper, the most valuable metal to fallen angels.
Don't leave this yet. I want you to scroll in on those levels heading up so everybody can see that these are ponds and fountains and gardens on these levels. So they had water, they had pools of water, which could have been cooling ponds, but also could feed the vegetation as well. And they had gardens going on and stuff, guys.
Very crazy.
Trees,
incredible
gardens,
stuff.
Yeah.
Maybe this was a Tower of Babel, actually. Look at that shit. I didn't even see that. Boom, boom, boom. That's nuts. That's a big fucking... That's big. I keep wanting to click these. They're part of your picture.
That's funny.
Okay, so here you have what is terracing. This is terracing. So I put that right after that other picture because if you zoom in, you can see these little tiny circular things between 2 levels. Zoom in a little bit. See what it looks like windows, doors, and pipes running up the sides of these things too. There's another one. There's a little circle thing right there near your cursor. If you zoom in on that, it looks like some sort of a piping system maybe or something. You can see stonework within these walls. It was probably brick. It just seems to have squished down on itself. And now they're using it maybe as what it was before, growing their crops on it. I don't know.
Yeah, this is where they grow a lot of the rice paddies and whatever, right?
Yeah.
Or whatever. Yeah. I just, look at that. Fucking archway, window, door, whatever.
So clearly this is a building.
That's crazy. And I think that's all you sent me, unless there's a couple more. No, that's it.
Yep, that's what I got.
Good stuff, though.
Thank you.
That's great. Yeah, awesome. Great stuff. This was a lot of good stuff we showed here today, actually. Do you have anything else on your side, Ceiling Fan, that you sent over, or no?
No, I'm good. I just am fascinated. Reno Bear said there's something called a super donkey, and it makes a lot of sense. You know, they had to have larger donkeys and super donkeys.
We looked at pictures of that. Do you remember that cart with those people and those horses were massive? They were donkeys or something. And
Oh
we're
my
like,
God, you're right. I was making a joke. You're right. I have those pictures.
You got the big potatoes and all that stuff with the big horse. I'm like, who's getting on this horse? I mean, you need like
where did
2
I get
ladders to get up that thing.
I'm gonna have to dig those back up and find them and send them to you guys.
Yeah.
Very crazy. Here,
So
check
there are
these.
super donkeys.
This is what I was talking about before, the double-headed eagle and shit, and Sumerian tablets. That's crazy.
That's like your two-headed man you were showing earlier.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Here's another one here. This is I don't even know how to say that, but that's
Mesoamerica. So Mesoamerica would be like in the Mexican area, I think. Mesoamerica.
I don't think it's right now. Mess of America.
Yeah, Mesoamerica for sure. But the Sumerian one that you just showed, I've never seen it on the Sumerian text. That's blowing me away right now. That's first for me.
There's your guy. There's your two-headed dude over there on the right and left. Right?
on the right. Where? Hello?
No, I was just saying that the eagle bird dude to the left. Mama Ra, no, down there, Mama Ra, double ding dong. What is it? Double headed man.
That's crazy looking right there.
That thing you were showing.
It's like Aztec looking.
Uh-oh.
He's like your mummy.
You're right,
That's
that two-faced guy.
Now, what picture was that?
I don't know, but it was good. Look at that thing. Wow.
That's incredible. That's interesting.
Statue of Liberty on top of the Tower of Babel.
Look at all those buildings stacked on each other. This is what the old world looked like, guys. This is probably a real building that existed. I don't know about that fat dude on top, but that would be like your free energy tower.
That's crazy. Boom, boom. All right. There, but that's about all I got. So do you guys want to just wrap this up? We've been going for 3, so
sounds good.
Yeah, I'm good. Thank you. It's been fun. I haven't done this in a while.
Yeah. Thanks for letting me on. Love you guys.
Yeah, absolutely. Thanks for coming. Thanks for making the show that much better. You know, if I did it solo, we'd only be here for an hour or so with all the stuff I had. But that was cool. We got into some of those older videos and the exploration ones. That was pretty gnarly. We'll have to get more into that soon too. So yeah. Thanks for coming, guys. Uh-oh.
Love you. Thank you for having us.
Yeah, absolutely. Oh my God. Now I'm getting all these updates. This is awesome. Great. Great. No, it's just something about Andrew Cuomo and something that's not what I want to be interested in right now.
Oh, that guy is a troll for sure. He's like some little demon. I can't even stand looking at him.
But both of them, all the Cuomos, it's ridiculous stuff.
Cuomo.
And didn't he win like an Emmy for being the mayor during COVID? What does that even mean? You know, it doesn't even make sense. But whatever. But
Jack Wagon is too good for him.
Yeah, right. Jack Wagon's actually being rather modest,
right?
In my opinion.
No bueno.
Yeah, no bueno at all. But all right, guys, I'm gonna wrap this up. Thanks for coming. Thanks for making this a good stream. Everyone in the chat, definitely appreciate all you guys. And like I said before, if you'd like to make any donations, the PayPal link is in there. It should be pinned as well. So that is up there. Once again, guys, thank you for coming. We're going to have to do this again very soon. And I got to set up the backup. I said I was going to do it today, but I got wrapped into a couple things. So you know, I might make a backup channel real quick and just start spamming it everywhere. So be on the lookout for that, guys. Subscribe and
Can I put
thumb
my
up
backup
Jen's
in yours
channel.
in the chat? Can I throw that in there?
Actually, just get into that. But you got Jen's new channel, the True Seeker 69 Original. Is that what it is?
Yeah. I don't know if it'll come up right away or not because it's a new channel, but
yeah. Well, yeah, definitely check her out. You got Ceiling Fan Man, you got CMF2, so definitely check those out. If you want to put those in the chat real quick, we can definitely share those around. If boom on the screen, that's Ceiling Fan Man's new backup. Definitely go check it out, guys, because they're taking us down. They're targeting us. They're hitting us. They're silencing us. They're just trying to make us quit. You know what I'm saying? So don't give in. You know, and if you you know you don't see me on here for a week or two, or Ceiling Fan or Jen, just go check out D Live. Go check out the BitChute. The Patreon's still there. So we're at other places, and I'm probably gonna start migrating to other places more often too. Definitely do like a weekly thing or two here on YouTube, but just try to splash my feet in some new water and get comfortable there for when they really tighten the noose here on YouTube, because there's so many words you can't even spell. You can't even spell them in the chat. Never mind talk about them. So
I don't mean to interrupt you, Steve. I am not a moderator here, so I can't drop my channel link.
I just did.
You did it for me, Ceiling Fan? Thank you.
I think so. Let's see if it shows up there.
Sweet. Yeah,
because your channel's hard to find. Even if you spell it exactly right. I know Voynich has always had that issue, and this new channel of yours is having that issue, and there's a few others. You can type out every letter and it still doesn't find it. TV, the guy that Brian introduced me to, you can type it exactly and never find him. It's weird, man.
Wow. I mean, like I said, the algorithms definitely got a beat on for us, so might as well try to beat them to it, I guess. But that being said, guys, we're gonna get out of here. Like, share, and subscribe.